Can you hear me again, Fred? Do you want to know what happened? The cat, I could hear her crashing around. She was chasing a fly and she knocked the router off the windowsill and the power cable came out the back of it. I was like, are you serious? Of all the friggin' times you could have done that? Like, seriously? Hey, my God. Yes, can you hear me, Fred? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. For a minute there, it said viewers were 2, and then it switched back to 0. It's going well, this, isn't it? Unfortunately, the moment that it disconnects, it automatically then, like, uploads that live stream to the channel, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, the live stream is clearly completed, let's upload it, rather than you having the option to sort of, like, reconnect again. Although I'm a little bit concerned, because I plugged the router back in and everything, and it was all fine, and then for a while, it still wasn't letting me start streaming. It said that it didn't have the bandwidth, so I don't know if my bandwidth is also a bit dodgy. It might be, because it sometimes is on the weekends when it's kind of, you know, lots of people are using it. Hopefully everything's going to be fine, alright? I'm going to go with everything's going to be fine. You only missed, like, the second half of the intro cutscene, and you know what that is anyway, don't you? I mean, how? Come on. Hopefully it's going to be grand and dandy. Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about is my bandwidth generally is all right. Like, it's fine. It's just that sometimes the internet will go through phases where it just cuts out. And it'll cut out for, like, I mean, we're only talking maybe 10 or 20 seconds. And then, oh, my second fan has joined me. I have 2 whole fans. Two fans in the whole world. And they're both here. Yay! Do you actually leave your daughter's birthday to come and watch me live stream? I'm honoured. I'm so honoured. What was I saying? Yes, sometimes my internet, I mean, it'll go months and months and months and be fine, and then sometimes it just goes through a phase of like a few days where it'll drop out for like 10 or 20 seconds, and then it'll come back on, and then 10 minutes later it'll drop out again. And it's just, if it starts doing that at any point, we're going to have to give up on the live stream. But it hasn't been doing that recently, and hopefully it's not going to. It was definitely just because the cat knocked it off the windowsill. What I'm saying is, if at any point in future live streams or anything, you know, we have issues where it starts dropping in and out, that's a thing that could happen in the future, and I might just have to go, the internet's being crap today, we're going to have to draw a line under it. Anyway, I did say that a wedding wasn't an excuse. You're absolutely right. Oh, you're from Wales. Oh, I love Wales. We used to go on holidays in Wales when I was a kid. Other people would go to, like, Tenerife and Ibiza, and we used to go to Wales, and we used to go, like proper out in the valleys. I don't know where exactly because I was very little, so I didn't know place names. But we used to do a lot of going down slate mines. That was the kind of holidays me and my parents went on. They just loved to take me down slate mines. Like, you know, ones that you could tour, not working ones. I wasn't, like, put to work in a slate mine. But I used to love going to Wales. I had so many Welsh flags. So, because I always used to buy a Welsh flag and a Welsh dragon, and I just had so many Welsh flags and little cuddly Welsh dragons. And now I've got 1 Welsh dragon, and I don't know what happened to all of my other Welsh dragons. Did it rain? It probably did, to be honest. I mean, I don't remember it raining. I remember once being by a lake. This is one of those childhood memories that just sticks in your head. I don't know where we were or anything. I know we were in Wales, and we were by a lake on, like, a mound of slate, and I made up this whole game where I was like a wizard or something, and we were just having a picnic by a lake, and it was just one of those things that, you know, it just sticks in your mind that I just made up this whole weird game where I was doing something, and there was like this mountain of slate, and I kept kind of running up it, and I can't remember exactly, but it's just one of those things that just sticks in your head, and we were by a lake, and we were in Wales. Just one of those nice childhood memories that you go back to sometimes and just think, oh, those were the days. Anyway, yes. It always rains. I don't mind a bit of rain, you know. I'm not bothered about a bit of rain. I don't understand these people who are like, oh, it rained and the whole day was ruined. I'm like, no, I love a bit of rain, man. Rain doesn't bother me, as long as it's not, like, torrential. And when it's, like, summer rain, like, when it's warm and rainy, that's great, isn't it? Sorry, I'm just chatting here and not actually getting on with the game. Right, so, Yes, as I was saying in take one, um, um, I'm not even going to try and pronounce whatever that Welsh place name is. But yeah, though I do remember there being a lot of slate. I also remember that people spoke, that we stayed at a B&B. It was always the same B&B every year we stayed at. And it used to fascinate me because they spoke in like Welsh and English when they were speaking to each other. And I just loved that. I loved like just sitting and listening to them. I love a bit of Welsh. I think Welsh is such a beautiful language. I think all of the like the Celtic languages are. Like I used to live in Scotland and I was on the east side of Scotland, not the west side, where they speak Doric rather than Gaelic. But still, you'd sometimes tune into I can't even remember what it's called now, the Gaelic radio station. And where it's all in Gaelic, and just listen to them. I had no idea what any of it was, but I just listened to them. It was just like, they're such nice languages, the Celtic languages. They're sort of just like musical and just, I don't know, I really like them. Right, okay, we should get on. Right, yes, we are right, so, I don't know if you were here for take one, second fan. That's your name now, that's what I call you. But I've said that we are going to do the Dragon Age project. We're going to do all the playthroughs, hopefully, across several live streams. I'm going to try and make it at least a once a week thing, hopefully twice a week. Probably on a Saturday, and then the other one I'm thinking probably on a Tuesday, because those are my 2 days like before my day off, if you see what I mean. Sunday and Wednesday are my days off work, so it doesn't matter if we run over a bit. Because I go to bed stupid early because I have to get up at 4:30 for work, you see. So I have to be in bed at a very unsociable hour at like 7:30. You know, but if I do the live streams on the day like before my day off, it doesn't matter if we overrun a bit. You know what I mean? I'm waffling. Right, okay, so we are going to do the playthrough of the Common Dwarf. And I'm going to create the Common Dwarf. Shut up, Fred, I'm getting to it. We're gonna play the Common Dwarf who was on the thumbnail. We'll nip back to the thumbnail just briefly. There we go, that's the thumbnail. That is the piece of artwork that the Dragon Age people put out when the game came out of like, this is what the Common Dwarf should look like, and we're gonna create her, and then we're gonna play as her. There we go, switch over, we go to Common Dwarf, we're gonna go Rogue, because I often play as warriors. I actually really enjoy playing as a warrior. That's one of like my favourite things, but it means that I haven't played as a rogue in the longest time. And we're gonna go Dwarf Commoner. One of my favourite backgrounds, this. I love the Dwarf Commoner. Right. Sorry, I'm reading what you're saying. That's why I keep pausing, because I'm reading, you know. Oh, she's got a nice voice, hasn't she? Right, okay, should we look at the presets? Because, you know what? I love character creators. I love creating my characters, but I only ever do, like, eye colour, hairstyle, and then things like tattoos and makeup and stuff like that. I never like fannying on with all of this crap, like eye spacing and you just, whatever you do, it always looks rubbish, doesn't it? You always like it looked better to begin with. I'm just reading what you're saying. Don't mind me if I pause a bit. Trouble is, you see, I can't edit out the pauses. That's the thing, isn't it? Most of these presets are terrible. Particularly that one. That one's awful. That's their idea of what just a plain face looks like, that. She looks kind of quite up herself. She looks boring. She looks alright. Quite like her. Maybe a little bit. Her eyes are too far apart. We could change that though, couldn't we? I can hear the cat bouncing around. I swear to God, if she knocks that fucking router off that bloody windowsill again, I'm gonna fucking strangle her. Quite pissing me off today, she is. I had to stop her from eating a bee. I think I've already said I had to stop her from eating a bee. Quite like that one. Yeah, quite like that one. Oh no, God no, what the hell is that supposed to be? Jesus Christ. Nope. No, she looks too nice. She looks too lovely. And our dwarf commoner rogue, she's not going to be evil or anything, but she's not going to be lovely. She's going to be sassy. We're going to make her sassy and sarcastic and sexy and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, she looks alright, but she looks a bit... I don't know. She looks... That would suit the dwarf noble better, wouldn't it? That looks more like a noble face to me. And then that one might be the best one, actually. What was the other one I liked? That one. I think she's a bit too sophisticated for Dorabella, to be honest. If that makes sense. She looks too sophisticated. She just looks too... I like her. I like that one. But she's a bit too pale. She looks a bit sickly. I mean, I suppose she has lived underground her whole life. She would be, but, you know, I like her to look a bit more... Thing is, because while she started off living her whole life underground, throughout the course of the game, she's going to be, like, outside a lot, travelling through the kingdom and all of that. Sorry, I'm reading what you're saying. Do you know what? I actually can't walk and chew gum at the same time. I can't do two things. I can't concentrate on two things at the same time. I'm so terrible. Like, even just in general life, like, if there's something going on that I need to focus on, I cannot focus on anything else in the world. Like, if there's one, even just the tiniest little problem, I'm like, nobody's allowed to ring me or message me. I can't watch anything. I can't play anything. I need to sort this one problem out. It's like, honestly, I'm so bad at, like, focusing on anything else. Anyway, as is apparent with how much I'm going off on tangents. Right, okay. You know, no, over the course of these live streams, what you're really going to see is just how often I actually edit out tangents. Like, just how many of those tangents get edited out, because you're going to have to endure all of them. These skin tones are horrible. She just looks sunburnt there. Yeah, it's not very good at the old skin tones. I just think that she would be like, once she's been out in the open, living rough and everything, travelling across the kingdom, she's going to be all sun-tanned, kinda. Like... I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but it looks like rugged. Like, she's going to have like a rugged skin tone, and none of these are rugged. Maybe that one, I don't know. Maybe go for that one. Because she just looks ill there. She just looks like a vampire. Shut up, Fred, I can see what you're typing. Yeah, we'll go with that one, shall we? We'll go with that one. What hair should we go with? That's not hair, that's blush colour. I'm clicking on the wrong thing there. Oh, should we take our makeup off? I don't like the makeup. Like, it doesn't make sense for her to be wearing makeup. Like, she's a, you know, she's a dwarf commoner. How's she going to afford makeup? Although she does, she looks a bit plain there, doesn't she? I'll tell you what, we'll do everything else first, and then we'll sort the makeup out. Should we sort our tattoos out? Because one of the things, I like playing as dwarf commoners, and... Well, I was going to say Dalish elves. I don't actually like playing as Dalish elves. But the thing I like about Dalish elves is that you actually have, like, reason to use the face tattoos. And if you use them on anybody else, it seems a bit weird. Because, like, for the dwarves, obviously, it's the side of being castless. And then for the Dalish, it's like their... I can't remember what it's called. It begins with a V. If you use it on anybody else... My city elf does have a face tattoo. But that was because she was, like, my first... warden, and when I first created her, I didn't know the lore behind the face tattoos, and that it would make no sense for her to have a face tattoo. So I had to come up with a whole, like, complicated backstory about it. But yeah, you actually have proper reason to use the face tattoos. So if we, what's the one I like? There is a one I like. Can't remember now. What's the one that the dwarf actually have? On the thumbnail. Can't remember, I'll have to flick back to it. Hang on, if I flick back to it and then I'll have to wait. Because I can't actually see it, I'm still on the game. I'll have to wait to see it on the other screen. Proper professional this, isn't it? I think you are the only two watching actually, but that's totally fine with me. What ones does she have on? You can't really tell, can you? I don't think it matters. I don't think she has ones that are actually available to me in the game. That's not fair. There aren't as many as I would like. Let's go back to the game. At some point, I'm going to go to that pause screen and I'm going to forget to turn it back. And you're going to be stuck looking at the pause screen and I'm going to be playing things and you're not going to know what I'm doing. Which one do we like? I don't know. I quite like that one. I like that one. Yeah, that's kind of cool, isn't it? Yes, you're right, Fred. The face tattoos are they're branded on them to show that they're casteless, which isn't their fault. But you know, dwarf society. Should we keep them black or should we make them different colour? Make them red. Make them red. We'll see if we like that in the future. Hair. What hair do we want? Sorry, I'm pausing here because I'm used to being able to pause while I'm thinking because I'll just be able to edit it out. I can't, what am I even saying? Yes, I can't edit out my pauses, so I have to keep talking. I think this is what radio DJs feel like. I could be a radio DJ. I think I'd be an awesome radio DJ. You ever listen to Sarah Cox in the afternoon? She is more mental than me. Makes much less sense than I do, trust me. And the other one, Lisa Tarbuck. I don't know if she's still got her radio show, but she used to have a radio show, I think on a Saturday. Lisa Tarbuck used to have a radio show. And she just talks complete nonsense. Like, you think I don't make sense. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love her. But, she just talks crap on her radio show. I'm going to see her, actually, at the Theatre Royal in Newcastle next month. She's coming to do a play, I think it's called Noises Off, and one of the lads I work with who's like really into theatre, because I love the theatre, I love going to the theatre, I will go and see anything, I just love the experience of going to the theatre, and I usually go to see musicals, because that's kind of my thing, but this guy that I work with, he's also really, really into the theatre, and he was like, you should go and see Noises Off, because it's coming to the Theatre Royal, and he saw it in the West End. And I've never heard of it, I don't really know what it's about, but he had recommended it, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go and see anything. And Lisa Tarbuck's in it, so I'm going to go and see her in theatre. The last thing I saw was Sister Act. Oh my god, it was amazing. With Sandra Marvin, who used to be in Emmerdale, believe it or not, and she played Dolores in Sister Act, and she was incredible. And I was like, how were you wasting away in Emmerdale? Like, the amount of talent that woman has on the stage, the singing and the dancing and the acting, even quite a good American accent. And trust me, a lot of the American accents in it were a bit dodgy, but hers was incredible. And I was like, it was so good. And it was so good, I went to see it at the Theatre Royal, right? 2 months ago, something like that. And then it's coming to the Sunderland Empire in November, I think. So I booked it again, so I'm going to go and see it again. Yeah, there you go. Now you know about my social life. Oh god. Right. What are we doing? What are we doing? I don't know what I want. What do I want? I want something that looks kind of messy. But sorry, I'm just reading what you've written. Oh, there was 3 watchers, was there, briefly? Yeah, and then they were like, why the fuck is she talking about Sister Act? Let's fucking run. Oh, God. I highly recommend going to see it, though, if it comes to anywhere near you. It was very, very good. Not as good as the film, because the film's amazing, but the sequel's really good as well, actually. It's one of those rare things where the sequel is as good as the original. What hair do I want? I don't know. I mean, the annoying thing is I've played as Dorabella before and I can't remember what bloody hair I gave her. Something kind of like, it doesn't look too fancy and posh. Was it that one I gave her? I think that's the one I gave Shiva, the human noble. I don't know. I cannot for the life of me remember what hair I gave her. That one, maybe? I mean, that's like total mental patient mad hair, that is. Another one Flemeth has, I think. Oh god, just watching a woman try to pick what hair she wants, eh? That's Elia's hair, that's my city elf's hair. I know you two are just chatting together in the comments while I'm just like... Yeah, you two keep each other entertained. I'll be back with you as soon as I figure out which bloody hairstyle I want. It's really annoying me because I can't remember what I picked for her last time. Was it that one? Should we just go with that one? I don't think it was that one, you know. Maybe it was that one. That's quite a nice one. I think that suits that. We go with that one. Now, I've just realised. It's alright, you don't need to know what I've just realised. Just so you know, I have now fixed what it was that I just realised. It's okay. Oh my god, we've got more people! Hang on. I might just be having a small heart attack. Here's me thinking I'm just chatting with Fred and my new Welsh mate. Okay, right. Whew, pressure's on now. Jesus, right, alright. Yeah, that's 4. This is 4. This is 4 now. This is getting serious. Like, we're entering the big leagues here, man. Right, okay, what was the hair colour on the thumbnail? It was dark, wasn't it? It was like dark brown. But I always had Dorabella as a redhead, man. I like that kind of colour. We could keep her at that kind of colour, couldn't we? I'm already going back on what I said I would do. I was like, oh, I'm going to create the one from the thumbnail. And then, like, no. I'm still not convinced about that hair, you know. Oh, what do I want, man? What do I want? Question I ask myself every day of my bloody life. What do you want, Magpie? What are you doing with your life, woman? That's Wynn's hair, isn't it? That's young Liliana's hair. That's someone else's hair, probably. That's Honora's hair. They don't have a great variety of hairstyles, do they? I'm going to stick with that for the minute. Eyes, I'm going to go brown. Brown. Boop. That's kind of dark. Is that brown? Light brown or dark brown? Go light brown. I love the combination of brown eyes and red hair. Especially with freckles. There was a girl I went to school with had like proper golden like ginger hair and brown eyes and freckles, and I'll be honest, had a bit of a crush. Little bit of a crush. Yeah, that looks alright, doesn't it? That looks kind of like a common dwarf. I'm still not convinced about that hair. Absolutely not convinced about that hair. But I feel like there was another secret hairstyle that I had somehow, because none of these are looking familiar, and I can't remember which one I bloody picked with her. Maybe it was that one. I'm reading what you've all written now. Oh my god, there's like friggin' loads of you. There might be as many as 5. I don't know. It's very confusing because it's confusing on the analytics because it takes it a while to actually catch up. So, like, it's telling me that it's had 7 views, it has 3 current views, it has 4 concurrent viewers, whatever the hell that means. I'm like, stop spewing numbers at me. I think it's probably, like, if you're actually, like, a proper YouTuber who has, like, lots of views and has, like, you know, has it in the hundreds of thousands, it doesn't need to be that accurate, so it's kind of fine. Whereas with me, when you've got like 4 or 5, it can't be that accurate, and it's sort of like, is it 4 or is it 5? I need to know how popular I actually am. You know what, let's not worry about it. I'm going to let you lot talk to each other, and I'm just not even going to look. Right, okay. So, portrait, this is my favourite bit. This is my absolute favourite bit. I love doing this. We'll get her face on so that we can give her a nice quirky expression. So look. She's got like a nice little smile, looks all happy, and she looks a little bit mischievous, and then she starts to look a little bit angry, and then she just looks like she belongs in a flippin' lunatic asylum. We could keep that as the portrait. Okay. We go back. Well, I like the kind of, I always like the sly little smile. The trouble is I end up giving all of my characters that sly little smile. I think maybe we need to make Dora look a little bit more, I don't know. She's going to be a bit of a lunatic, Dora. She's going to be a bit, she's not like going to be full on evil or anything. She's just going to be a bit, you know, sly and quirky and... I can't get over that. That's just too good. Oh dear. Yeah, she's going to be a little bit... She's going to have some questionable morals, let's say that. But she's not going to be by any means evil or anything. We're not 50 minutes in, are we? Are we 50 minutes in? Oh my fucking god. It's all the talk about Sister Act. Right, okay. How do we want this? We will get into the game at some point, I promise. Do we want it like right up in our face? Oh my god, imagine if we did that, but with like that expression. Oh god, I've made myself giggle. Oh god, right. Right. Should we stick with that? Oh god, sorry, I've made myself giggle. Oh, my ribs hurt. Right, okay, should we stick with that? I'm actually really tempted to go with that. Should we go with that? Maybe hang on, if we put it down. No, hang on, that's not what I wanted. I wanted that one. Move that down a bit. Actually, if we like do it like that, then it looks like she's looking down on we're like some sort of evil menacing goddess or something, I don't know. Like that. Oh god, right, okay. Let's give her a nice background for the little bit of colour we can see. We want like a nice orange or something. Is there an orange? Yeah, that's kind of orangey. Oh, should we move her over a bit or should we leave her there? Hang on a minute, let's move her over a bit. Yes, yes, look at that. That's the one, that. Oh my god, right. Dorabella. Right. Right, we'll go with that. Why not, eh? There's a little bit of a story behind the Dorabella name. We're talking years and years and years and years and years ago, when I was a teenager. I used to plan out all my Dragon Age playthroughs through all 3 games. I used to just plan characters. That's what I did with my time. That was my idea of fun. And I decided to do to create 3 characters, one for Origins, one for Dragon Age 2, and one for Inquisition, all with really ridiculous names, to explain why nobody ever calls them by their first name, why people only call them Warden or Hawk or Inquisitor. To just give them all really, really ridiculous names, so that to explain why nobody ever calls them by their first name. And I came up with Dorabella for her, but then I just started calling her Dora instead, so it doesn't really work. But my favourite one was Hawk. I thought, what kind of ridiculous name could I give Hawk so that he would rather go by Hawk? So I called him Danger, so his name was Danger Hawk. I quite liked that one. I can't remember what I came up with for the Inquisitor though. Anyway, yeah, that's Dorabella. That sums her up pretty well, actually. I think she's gonna be a bit of an eccentric character. Hang on a minute. I need to take a drink. I would normally edit this bit out, but you're gonna have to listen to me gulp, I'm afraid. I just realised what that sounded like just after I said it. You're gonna have to listen to me gulp live on the internet. Water! I am gulping water. Get your minds out of the gutter. Right, okay. What voice do we want to go for? I think we want to go for violent, do we?
Greetings. Oh, my spell. This isn't working. Need something. You're in my way.
Yeah, I think we want to go for violent. Although I think the violent one is the whole, can I get your ladder so you can get off my back? I'm going to hear that a lot throughout the course of the game if we go for violent. We'll go for sultry.
Charmed. Ah, there went the spell. Well, now, this does nothing.
No, she sounds a bit too, Shut up, Fred! I can see what you're typing, dear me. Who's Walter? Cocky?
How do you do? Right. Casting. Focus. Not even a scratch.
I think we're gonna have to go with violent.
Greetings.
That's the best one. I like the kind of deadpanness of it.
Oh, my spell. does nothing.
I would like to know, sorry, I'm reading the chat again. I would like to know, what the audio levels are like currently at the minute and how well you can hear it.
You're in my way.
Because like I say, me and Fred did figure out all of the proper audio settings, and then I changed them all and can't remember what they were. So I kind of had to guess. That was an evil laugh, I enjoyed that. But like at the minute, what the audio levels are like, and if you can hear what she's saying and everything. Once we get into combat, I need to know if you can hear me over the combat, because that was the big problem that me and Fred had, was trying to figure out a level where like you could hear the cutscenes, but you could also hear me over the combat, because like when I record a normal video, when I edit it, I usually reduce the game sound during combat and then take it up during cutscenes, but of course I can't do that here. So, if I get drowned out during combat, whenever we first enter combat, just let me know and I'll see if I can sort it out. Right, I think we're ready. I think we're done. I think this is perfect. I think we've created the perfect character. Yeah, I mean, look at her. How could you not love her? She's beautiful. Right, let's go over to here. Now I have to remember how to level up a rogue. I haven't played as a rogue in a very long time. I might have to go and watch my very own beginner's guide. Because I can't remember what I said. I think I can remember what I said. It's dexterity and cunning, isn't it? But was it 2 in dexterity and 1 in cunning each level up, or was it 2 in cunning and 1 in dexterity? It's 2 in dexterity, 1 in cunning, right? Right! Dexterity is hit and dodge, so you would think that that would be more important. Yeah, this is me who uploads Dragon Age tutorial videos. Can't remember how to play Dragon Age. Although I think a bit of strength is also not the worst thing when you're playing as a rogue. We'll be playing as a dual dagger rogue, which I don't normally do. Normally when I play a rogue, I play as an archer because I like being an archer. I think being an archer is quite fun. Which I know makes me unusual because most people don't like archers in Origins. I don't know why. I think they're really, really powerful. I mean, like, definitely they're... Like, when you enter a room where there's a load of enemies, if there's a bunch of archers... I mean, you take out a mage first if there's a mage, but then if there's a bunch of archers, bloody well, focus on them because they're the ones who are going to pick you off. But when you're playing as an archer, archers are, like, really, really powerful. So, yeah, 2 dexterity and 1 cunning, I've been reliably informed. 2 in dexterity, 1 in cunning, and then we've got 2 more to spend. Should we put in strength? Should we put 2 in strength, or should we put another 1 in cunning? What does cunning do again? Cunning determines how well character learns and reasons. Most skills, such as herbalism or combat tactics, require a quick mind to master. An observant eye can more easily find weaknesses in enemy armor. Rogues benefit most from this statistic, as many of their class abilities and special attacks rely on subtlety or reading the target, not raw strength. Yes, cunning does something different for rogues, doesn't it? Oh, I can't believe I can't remember how to play the game I bloody tutorialized. I'm thinking... Of course, what you've also got to remember is when you do the Circle Tower quest, you get lots of bonus attribute points. That's something you always have to remember if you're planning your build. I don't really plan builds, I just kind of like jump in and do whatever. You know, see what happens, see how it turns out. I think we'll stick in strength because it'll let her wear better gear, but I won't actually want to waste me strength points during my actual level ups, if you see what I mean. So I'll give myself a bit of a boost now, and then I'll get the bonuses from the Mage Tower quest, and hopefully that should be enough. Because I think you need like 20 strength to be able to wear Leliana's armor from her from the Leliana's Song DLC. Oh, should I? That's a good point, actually. If I'm gonna need 20. Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know. I was going to say, should I take 1 out of dexterity and put it into strength, but I'm thinking no, because dexterity is really important. I'm reading what you've all said. Right, okay, lethality. Yes, I'd forgotten about that. That's a good point. Yeah, okay. Let's go with that. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. What's good? What's the worst that could possibly happen? Right, now, what do we want? Because I normally put into coercion, because it helps you at certain points throughout the game. But it can be quite interesting playing as a character who has, like, no charisma and can't talk their way out of situations. I think Dorabella is less the kind of person who would talk her way out of a situation, and more the kind of person who would stab her way out of a situation. And if she was going to use any kind of coercion, it would be Intimidate. But Intimidate doesn't just rely on coercion, it also relies on the Strength stat. And her Strength stat isn't going to be the highest in the world, because she's not going to be a warrior. But I suppose, you know, it's going to be high-ish, because, oh man... all the mental anguish that I go through. Also, combat training's important. Let's just put it in combat training. There we go. We need that for, you know, skill points and whatnot. And, oh man. Now, question is, what kind of team are we going to have? Because if I'm going to be bringing Liliana a lot, there's no point in me putting any points into lockpick. But do I really want to be bringing Liliana a lot? I don't often want 2 rogues in a team. I'm going to have to drink some more. Hang on, my voice is giving out. I usually go with 2 mages. A rogue and a warrior in Origins. That's what I usually do. But I suppose we could, because Liliana's actually really powerful. And if we max her out as an archer, we could have Dorabella, we could have Liliana, we could have a mage and a warrior. But you see, the trouble is, Wynne is more of a healy mage and Morrigan is more of an attacky mage, so it's better having both of them than just one, innit? All the thought processes I go through, just to figure out whether I want lockpick or not. Fred thinks I should put points into lockpick. Do I trust Fred? I mean, you know... I've known Fred quite a while, I don't know if I can trust him though. I don't know, we'll go dual weapon training because we'll need that. And then... I hate having to level up live. Because usually I get to this screen and I think, oh my god, what am I going to do, right? And then I plan it out and then I'm like, then I just say it as though I had it all planned from the beginning. I'm like, oh yes, obviously we're going to do this and this and this. Obviously I had this planned from the beginning. And now you're seeing live that that's not how it actually works. I could do below the belt because that's just when she like... Yeah, she just kicks him in the balls, doesn't she? Seems like the kind of thing she would do. Stealth. I have never really found much of a reason to use stealth, you know. I would love to actually use it. Like, have a playthrough where I have a character who uses stealth. But... I'm basically just waiting for you all to tell me what to do. That's what I'm doing. I'm too scared I'm going to do something stupid. And it's like, which is insane because, like, I know this game well enough, but, you know, you stop doubting yourself when you're playing in front of people. Go lockpick. Come on, I'm waiting for you to tell me. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to go with Fred. And he might be wrong. I don't know. Hang on, I'm going to take another drink of water. Mind you, it's telling me I've only got 2 viewers at the minute. The rest of them might have pissed off. Which I don't blame them. I mean, I don't know how long we've been going for, but we haven't got very far, have we? Okay. I had 1.5 litres of water and it's almost all gone. So I'm doing a lot of talking, more talking than I would normally because I can't edit out the silent bits. We're going to go lockpicking. We're going to play on normal. We're gonna... Yeah, you're gonna have to endure the load screens as well. I can't even edit them out.
Beneath the Frostback Mountains sits Orzammar, largest and proudest of the two remaining dwarven cities. Once the seat of an underground empire, Orzammar now stands alone, cut off from the world by the Darkspawn, still clinging to the memory of its former glory. Below the vast statues and gilded halls where the noble families play at politics, the lower castes live in their shadows, scurrying to serve like their ancestors before them. Below that is you. You are casteless, the dirty secret staining Orzammar's perfect society, forced, along with your sister, to sell your services to the crime lord Barat. To the rest of Orzammar, you are proof that the casteless deserve their fate. But you know you do what you have to, the same as everyone, just to survive.
I can't keep gambling on you forever, Precious. You've got a sweet look, something to light a man on fire. But you gotta make it count.
Please, Barat. I don't want to do this in front of my sister.
Why not? She knows the slope of the land, don't you, girl?
Right, this is another reason why I make her a redhead, because my sister's a redhead. I'd actually forgotten about that, but we'll pretend that I knew that and did it on purpose. Just reading the chat. Yeah, the viewers just keep like jumping around. Like sometimes it says 2, sometimes it says 3, sometimes it says 5. I don't know. What am I talking about? Right. Sorry, what did you say? Person, why not? She knows the slope of the land, don't you, girl? Yes, I wasn't really listening. I was reading the chat. What were you saying? Something about my sister. Didn't I tell you not to talk that way to my sister? We owe you everything. No, that's not something Dorabella would say. Dorabella wouldn't be all, oh, we owe you everything. Don't worry, she'll find a man or she'll answer to me. Right, okay. So the way I'm playing Dorabella is she's not like a pushover, but she's not like a lunatic. So she's not going to be all like, don't worry, she'll find a man or she'll answer to me. And she's not going to be all like, oh, we owe you everything. I shall get on my knees and give you all the praise I can, kind of thing. Not a euphemism. I'm going to go, didn't I tell you not to talk that way to my sister?
You told me a lot of things, not one of which meant more than a fart in the middens. Before me, your sister was just another duster. Now check her out. Braids down to here, gold cap teeth. She can recite elf poetry and play the string harp. Every man's dream. All she's got to do is find a lord, squeeze out some kid who looks like him. We're all living the easy life in the Diamond Quarter.
Please, don't get involved. You know that never goes well.
I just want to say, whoever it is who's just said I'm not much of a talker, that's absolutely fine. I'm not much of a talker either. To be honest, I don't think I have ever commented on a YouTube video once in my entire life, or on a stream. So I'm not judging anybody for not interacting with the chat. It's not important. It doesn't matter. I don't mind if you just want to be a lurker. It doesn't bother me. It's just weird that the viewer rate keeps jumping around, and I think it's more a YouTube thing than anything else. I'm going to ignore it and not think about it. Right, okay. Yes, I don't like to see him treating you this way because you're my sister, and while, you know, Dorabella's going to be a bit rough, she's not like an arsehole. You know, she's going to be like, she's going to be one of those people who's like rough around the edges, but actually really like protective and has a heart of gold in the middle of it all. You see what I mean? I would have completely edited that sentence out if this was a normal video. What the fuck did that even mean? Yes, I don't like to see him treating you that way.
I'll treat her however I like, as long as you both eat off my plate. You keep your head down and say aye to any job I decide is low enough for scum like you. In return, I put out coins so you can doll yourself up and get a belly full of some nobleman's brats. Then you both go free, and I get to join the family and be called my lord for the rest of the little prince's life. Okay, I see you saying that the dialogue's very quiet. I'm going to leave the audio as it is until we get into combat, because the combat's very loud. And I think it's more important that you can hear me over the combat than you can hear the dialogue, because I'm more important than the game, obviously. Right, okay.
And her son will call you uncle and come and visit on name days. Yeah, that's kind of sassy and sarky. We'll go with that one.
That's what everyone likes. A castless with a big mouth. But I didn't come for the joy of your company. I've been looking at my investments, and this one hasn't borne much gold. I'm giving you another week, Precious. If you haven't found a patron, you're back to sweeping streets.
But I have. I've met someone. That is, I didn't want to promise, but he seemed interested.
Yeah, so get off her back, mate. I can't pronounce your name. Barat, I think. And tell me my job for today.
Your buddy Lesky's waiting outside. He knows what I'll need from you today. Don't even think about bungling this job. Your whole family's on loose sand with me right now. And I know you don't have anywhere else to turn.
I'm sorry you had to see that.
You don't have anything to hide from me, Rika. I've seen it before and I'll see it again. I can't stand the way he treats us. Yeah, you don't have anything to hide from me. I'm your sis. I might be your big sis or your little sis. I can't remember.
I've always tried, though. At least I've kept you from buying your future with what's between your legs. I should have told you. Barat's been warning me ever since 2 of his other girls found patrons at Lord Harrowmont's reception. They've been getting gifts already. Lord Rooston gave Elsie a surface silk gown and she's not even pregnant. Barat's getting impatient.
I just wish we didn't have to kiss up to that cave tick. Yeah, let's go with that.
You know the other options. Cleaning middens, begging, going to the surface. No. Unless you find a way to save us all from Darkspawn and become a paragon. We're pretty much on Barat's leash for life.
Someone like me could never actually be a paragon. Do you become a paragon if you play as the dwarf commoner? I can't remember that. It seems like the kind of thing that would happen, though, wouldn't it? That you'd become a paragon at the end. I don't know why I can't join the Iron Man in fight. Darkspawn. Barat expects too much from you. It's not fair that Barat gets to push us around. I need to go before Barat comes back. Yeah, he expects too much from you.
You know how desperate the nobles are for more children. They can barely field enough soldiers to hold the walls against the Darkspawn. If I could give one of them a son, the whole house would celebrate. And we'd all be raised up to noble caste to join the family. It's what Barat's betting on. That's why he paid for my clothes, my voice lessons. He wants to share the reward.
Yeah, it's a messed up old world in Orzammar a little bit, isn't it? For like the castless and whatnot. But it's an interesting one. It's like it's a well-formed fantasy world. I like it when fantasy worlds are, well-formed. Should we just get going? I need to go and I need to get going before Barat comes back. Goodbye, Rika.
Stay out of trouble. I'll see you tonight.
We're not really going to be like oh my god, I've just seen a bloody portrait at the top there. Oh, it's the best portrait I've ever made. What was I about to say? I was gonna say we're probably not like too concerned about cutscenes and stuff like that while we're doing this, because the game just saved. You can let me open this chest, game. There we go. Ooh, that's a health potion and 2 daggers. How exciting! And we'll just zoop that. Oh my god, I'm stuck behind some washing. Yeah, we're probably not going to be too worried about like the cutscenes and whatnot because, it's a live stream, innit? It's going to be a bit hard to like... Actually, I'll tell you what I might do. I might just put the subtitles on if the audio's a bit quiet. Put the subtitles on so you can read them if you so desire. Right, now I'm going to... Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put in a proper save. Home. Let's go origin, because I like to have lots of save points throughout, like, at specific moments of the game, so you can jump in and out to specific bits if you want to replay them and stuff like that. Because I'm that sort of person who likes to just jump in and replay bits. Right, I'm going to step away for about 5 minutes because something that happens when I'm talking continuously for a long time is my nose runs and I have to go and blow my nose, and I don't think you actually want to hear that. And I usually like just do it and then edit it out, but I'm just going to step away, do that, check on the cats, make sure they're both still alive and nobody's like broken into my house or anything because the back door's open. And then I will be back. So I will be back in like not too long at all. Right, I'm back. I'm just reading what you've been putting in the chat. Okay, yeah, cat cam. That was an idea I came up with a while ago. Didn't I? Actually, I sort of I did try it actually because Scorpio, he'll sometimes. Honestly, it's so flippin' irritating. He'll jump up. Right, he'll be asleep somewhere. It's always when he's been asleep somewhere. And then he decides, oh, actually, I don't want to sleep here anymore. Right? And he comes and he runs and he jumps up and he just walks right between the monitor and the keyboard. And then he just like slumps down and pushes the keyboard off the desk onto my knee. So the keyboard's now on my knee. And he just curls up and goes to sleep. And I'm like, seriously, like, you can literally sleep anywhere else in the entire flat except there, and that's where you want to sleep, and he just stays there. And, like, I can only see half the screen because he's so bloody big, and I can't get the key, so the keyboard has to be on my knee, and I'm like, for fuck's sake, but there's a few times where he'd done it, and I thought, oh, I'm going to set the camera up, and we'll have a cat cam for this video, but the trouble is when you start setting it up, he gets interested in it, and he comes and he wants to sniff it and everything like that, and then he goes off and does something else. So I suppose it kind of fixes the problem of having him there, because he pisses off, but then you never actually get the cat cam. But it was going to be a thing for a while. Maybe it will be a thing one day. Yes, the cats are fine. They're chilling in the yard. They're living their best life. They're just, you know, rolling around in the dirt and chasing flies. They're having a lovely time. Right, put back on the game. Right. I'm just reading what you put in about playing as different things. I love seeing Dragon Age fans just talk about playing Dragon Age. It's one of my favourite things. I think the Dragon Age fandom is one of my favourite in the world, you know. I think so. Some people say that there are toxic bits of it. on certain parts of the internet, but I've never come across a toxic bit of like the Dragon Age fandom. I think they're one of the best fandoms. I used to trouble is I work on Saturdays now, so I can't really do it anymore. But what was I going to say? There's like a writers' circle thing on the Dragon Age subreddit where they put it on a Saturday. They put up prompts, and you write for one of the prompts, and then you upload it, and then we all talk about our characters and stuff like that. And I used to do that, and it was really fun, and it was just really lovely. It was like a really nice little community. But like I say, I work Saturdays now, and I used to spend the whole day doing it. So it's not like I could come home from work at 2:30 and then start doing it. Like I have to do all my housework and stuff like that. And, I could fit a live stream in on a Saturday afternoon, but I don't think I could fit an entire writing prompt in. But yes, I remember watching there's a video somewhere on the internet about and it's Dragon Age characters with their voice actors, and that's literally the whole video. I went down into the comments, and it was all people talking about like who their favourite characters were and everything, and which ones they like and who they don't like, and all of that kind of stuff. You're talking about cats now. Oh my god. Yeah, but people were like talking about who their favourite characters are and everything, and it was just so nice. And there was one comment by some arsehole going on about, oh, you people who play these kind of games, do you not have lives? You're so sad. It's almost like you think these characters are real people and all this kind of stuff. And you know what the best thing was? Nobody had replied to him. Like, nobody had even risen to the argument, but everybody was just having so much fun talking about which Dragon Age characters they loved. That this fucking prick, who had written like an essay-length comment on a video he clearly had no interest in, was just being completely ignored. And I loved that. Because so many fandoms, it would everybody would jump in and it would become this horrible toxic argument. And it was just everybody just ignored him because they were just so happy, just, talking about their favourite characters. And I was like, oh, I love the Dragon Age fans. I love them. Anyway, yes. Shall we talk to our mother? I like our mother.
Who's that? Why are you bothering me? Rika?
No, I'm not Rika. I'm your other daughter. It's the guardsman. You're under arrest for drunkenness. It's the King of Ottawa. I heard you were single. You know what? The reason I play as Dorabella is so that I could use all of the sassy lines that I usually don't use because I'm playing like a sensible character. We're gonna go, yeah, it's the King of Ottawa. I heard you were single.
Don't you sass me, you ungrateful brat. I made you, and I can make another just like you.
Well, I think you're a bit past it now, love. I'm the only reason you're here and not dead in a gutter. Yeah, sure.
Then you should have left me there. What have I got that's worth living for?
There's no talking to you when you're like this. Yeah, do you know what? Never mind, just sleep it off, love.
People bothering me all the time. I've got important things to do here. Very important things.
Okay. Yeah, so our mother's a bit of an arsehole. Which is nice. It's nice to have an arsehole parent. You don't usually, as a video game protagonist, you usually have like one dead parent and then one who's like, you have this really close, wonderful, respectful relationship with, and then at some point in the future, like, their life is threatened and you have to return home and save them, and it's all like emotional and stuff. And yeah, you're like, your mother's just a drunken arsehole you don't really like that much, and I kind of, that's cool. I like that. Anyway, go out to Dust Town.
About sodding time. I was starting to think I'd have to bust in and get an eyeful of that spicy sister of yours. Growl.
Sorry, I'm like half listening to him and half reading the chat. Just tell me what we're doing. I want to get this over with. Haven't I told you never to talk about my sister that way? Lesk, how's it shaping? Yeah, sure, let's go with that. That's apparently dwarf slang. How's it shaping?
Oh, what can I say? No money, no girls, no place to call my own. I've been writing an epic poem about it. It starts, oh, you're really, really cursed to have no caste. You noble dwarves can shove it up your... But I couldn't think of a rhyme.
Is that Varric's voice? He sounds like he has Varric's voice, doesn't it? I wouldn't try for a public recital just yet. Yeah, I wasn't actually listening to what he said, but sure, let's go with that.
I guess we'll have to stick to playing the heavies for Barat.
That is Varric's voice, isn't it? I've recognised those sexy undertones. I've made find Dorabella quite pretty, actually. I know she's quite a look at her. Yeah, what have you got for us today?
Boss says we're out for a search and discipline. One of his smugglers is holding out on him. Name's Oskias, some surfacer. Barat got word that he's been selling shipments topside that never make it to Barat's ears down here. He wants us to find the rotter and see what goods he's holding back.
Yeah, what sort of goods are we trying to find?
You know, gold, lyrium, spices. Anything that Barat might cut someone's head off to get.
Let's show this Duster what Barat does to cheaters. Thing is, I don't think we're really on Barat's side. I think we're just like working for him because we kind of have to. It's you know. So, do you know what I was gonna say? Because I work for a supermarket. I won't tell you which supermarket, but it's one of the big 5. Is it 5 or 4? They've got like Sainsbury's, Morrison's, Tesco, Asda. That's only 4. Is there another one? One of the big ones, anyway. I was just thinking that, like, you're not necessarily that loyal to your employer. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not necessarily, if somebody's bad-mouthing them, you're not necessarily going to jump in and be like, oh, well, actually. You're going to be like, yeah, actually, they are sort of arseholes. And I just think this whole kind of, like, let's show what this does to what Barat does to cheaters makes it seem like we're very, like, Team Barat, which we're probably not. We're just, like, you know, working for him because we kind of have to, because we've got bills to pay. But really, if people start bad-mouthing him, we'll be like, yeah, you're right, he is an arsehole. Oh, just Fred commented on Dora's short skirt. It is a very short skirt, isn't it? Quite a precarious one as well, with like slits in quite precarious places. Like, you know. Right, yes. Any idea where Oskias is that? Isn't that an Egyptian god? That's Osiris, isn't it? Cyrus, yeah. What do we do with him? Has he been holding out on Barat? Blah, 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 blah. I don't think it's right to just kill this guy. Fine, but at least let's find out what he's done. Yeah, I think that's the best option there.
Whatever lets you sleep at night, my friend.
Okay, so we'll have to hunt down a guy who's, like, you know, done something bad to our employer. We'll get into some combat soon, and then we can know whether the audio is fine for combat. And if it is, I might turn it up a little bit, because I'll be honest, it's a little bit quiet for me as well. But I don't mind particularly, as long as you can hear everything fine. So that's my house. Hang on a minute, isn't that the door that you go through to get into what's-her-name's lair when you come back here? Jarvia. Isn't that the door you go through? Is Jarvia's lair in my house? Oh my god, maybe it is, I don't know. Lots of beggars. Talk to the beggars. Hello.
You think I don't know who you work for? Is he onto me? Is he sending you to feel me out? Is that it?
Define feel you out, because that could be taken in many different contexts, my friend. Is there anybody I could actually talk to? Here's a person I can talk to.
2 bits for the needy.
The needy? Who do you think you're looking at, old man? I don't know if I've actually got any money.
I seen you before. You're one of Barat's girls, the one with the sword. You don't know from needy. Not until you're my age.
Okay, what happened to you?
I used to work in the mines, checking the new tunnels for bad air. Set me down with a candle, and there must have been a pocket of gas, because it went up like dragon's breath. Healer saved my life, but I can't have walk. What's a man supposed to do?
What's a man supposed to do? Beg, apparently. Is there any way I can help? I don't have time for this. Goodbye. I don't think there is any way I can help, because I don't think I actually have any money.
You got some spare feet? If not, a silver would fill that void real nice.
Is there anything you can give me for my money? Oh, hang on a minute. This is getting interesting.
Ooh, you drive a hard bargain, soldier. You looking for someone to shine your shoes, clean your pots, keep you warm at night?
Oh, actually, yes, that's a good point. We could use him as, like, an informant. There we go. Just tell me, have you seen a servicer named Oskias, whatever that name is?
Is that what you're looking for? That's worth 10 bits, no?
I apparently don't have any money because I don't have the option to give him any money. Shall we see if we can intimidate him?
Marat don't like it when you do killings off his books. I don't know much, but I know that. So clear out, Duster. I wouldn't take your coin anyway.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, we didn't take coerce, did we? So I'm not very good at the old intimidation thing. Okie dokie. Just a load of beggars around here. You see, this is normally the bit that I would edit out because I've got nothing to say, really. Just, you know, wandering around and know what's happening. Do you know something? I keep jumping into, like, the middle of conversations that are going on in the chat, and I'm like, what the hell are you all talking about? And then I have to backtrack a bit. I'm going to have to, once the stream's over, I'm just going to have to go back and read it all, because I'm definitely missing things. But that's alright. That's all right. I wasn't expecting there to be this many of you, I'll be honest. Thought it was just going to be Fred. Right, okay. Here's a person. Hello, person.
Good day there, sweetness. You looking to make a quick bit? It could be just what I'm after.
Oh my god, you're a Disney villain if I've ever seen one. Look at that bloody haircut. Also the voice, but mainly the haircut. Actually, it looks a bit like the Hood from Thunderbirds. Did he have a beard? I don't think the Hood had a beard, actually. God, I used to love Thunderbirds. The proper one, the puppet show. The new one's actually not half bad. I have watched it. It's not terrible, but... Oh, the old one, man. With the puppets. Jeez. Oh. I watched... There's a documentary about the making of it. I can't remember what it's called. It's about Jerry Anderson and everything. It's on Netflix. I mean, it's not a new documentary. It's quite an old one because I've seen it before. I think it was on the BBC or something like that. But it's on Netflix now. I highly recommend watching it if you ever liked Thunderbirds or anything like that. It was all about how they made it and everything and all the stuff that was going on behind the scenes and like all of the people. And it's just so interesting. And I just, loved it. You get to see the actual puppets. Oh, I love things like that. Sorry, I've gone off on a tangent. Right. Are you asking for what I think you are? I'm no man's whore. You look to step back before I hurt you. Yeah, let's go with that.
You haven't even heard my offer, girl. You look like you've still got all your teeth. Nice and healthy. I craft replacements for nobles who have lost theirs. I can pay you real handsome for some of those. 1 silver for 2. What do you say?
Sorry, I'm reading the chat again. I need to stop reading the chat, actually. I mean, I want to read it because I need to know, like, if something happens. Like, if you're all saying, oh, we can't hear you, you've probably accidentally turned your mic off or something like that. But at the same time, I keep getting drawn into it and then, like, forgetting about what I'm actually doing. So, you want my teeth. That's crazy. I'm not going to sell my teeth. I wouldn't consider less than 2 silvers. Do you have any legitimate work for me? Do you have any idea who I work for? I'm not going to justify that with a response. We actually got into a really interesting conversation the other day at work about how much we would sell our kidneys for and other various body parts. It's interesting. I walked in and they were mid-conversation and they turned to me and they were like, would you sell your kidney for £200,000? And I was like, What are you offering, like? And then I thought about it. I thought, you know what, I probably would. I probably would if it was like a reputable surgeon and a nice, you know, hygienic surgery all done properly. I probably would actually for 200 grand, 200,000 grand. Absolutely, I would. Yeah. Right? Did I say 200,000 grand there? You know what I mean? Right. Sorry, I'm getting distracted again. Would Dora sell her teeth? I don't think Dora would sell her teeth. I think she's got more dignity than that, more than me, clearly, because I'd sell my kidney for 200,000. So, do you have any legitimate work for me?
No work's legitimate if they let you do it.
That's fair enough. Actually, that's a good point.
Assembly declared back in Darbier's reign that it insults the ancestors for casteless to perform any work the recognized lineages can do. Now, do you want it or not? 1.5 silvers, and that's my best offer.
Do you have any idea who I work for? Never mind, I was just leaving. Maybe I should just take that silver for myself. Oh, fair enough.
Gracious apologies, Master. We were just leaving. Right now. Forgive my friend. You know the vet fumes. They mess with the mind. I'm very sorry to bother you. Let's get back before you land us both in a cell.
Oh, I like Lesk. Yeah, so like Dora's that character, you know that character in fantasy things. There's always that character who just like gets into loads of fights and is constantly trying to rip everybody's throat out and has to be held back by the other ones. She's that character. Yep, that's who we're playing as. They're not usually the protagonist, but in this case, that character is the protagonist. So this is going to be an interesting playthrough. I believe the guy that we are looking for is in the tavern, but I can see
This place is going to the nuts.
there is a person over here we can talk to.
Watch yourself. The Shaper doesn't need your footprints all over his clean clothes.
I didn't touch anything.
And further back. I'm not going to risk my position by having someone see you near his robes. After my mother took 5 years of her personal time sewing fine dresses for the head maid at the Shaperette, Mother tells me they never considered a single other candidate when the position opened for underwasher.
Oh my god, I've actually gained new subscribers during the course of this live stream. Interesting. Sorry, I'm just checking my emails, as you do. Yeah, I've gained new... I don't know if I've gained new subscribers because of the live stream. It might just be a coincidence. Who knows? You! You, my lovely woman, have a very large nose. I just needed to get that out of my system. Otherwise, you know, it would be awkward for the whole conversation. It's all I would be thinking about. Right, yes, if you're just a servant, aren't you castless too?
I am not casteless. I am an honorable member of the servant caste. I serve my betters as is my place, decided by the ancestors who granted my mother my birth. I am not a criminal.
I'm not a criminal either. Actually, I think you are a criminal, Dora, but I think you're kind of forced into it.
You were once. Whatever horrid deviants you're descended from were written out of the histories and deemed unworthy to join the ancestors. Obviously, they bred anyway, but their children can't possibly deserve the same protections as those who were legitimately born.
Oh dear, this is a really messed up society, this, isn't it? Jesus
As if I'd
Christ.
stop for you.
Because I had criminal ancestors, that means I'm condemned to being a criminal as well. Like, they're basically just creating more criminals. That's what they're doing. They're not like, you never heard of rehabilitation. They don't give a crap about rehabilitation, do they? Oh, I can go in the shop. Yeah, because my ancestors were criminals, that means that I have to be a criminal as well. That's just like messed up, isn't it? Be screwed if you were Australian. Actually, I've recently learned that apparently, I don't know if we have any Australians watching at the minute, but apparently in Australia it's actually considered quite a boast if you're descended from one of the people who were taken there as prisoners. Apparently that's, you know, it's quite it's a thing they're quite proud of if they find one of their ancestors was one of the people who was sent there. I can't think of the word right now, but you know, like sent there as a punishment, as like as a prisoner. Apparently it's actually, you know, considered quite a cool thing. So what am I doing? Should I talk to this? Actually, I feel like we're talking to too many people, alright? Well, this is not the kind of playthrough where we're going to go around and talk to everybody and try and get all of the backstory, alright? Just get on with the flipping game, man, woman. Oh, you do enough talking for the entire live stream. You don't need anybody else coming in. Yeah, we've got a drunk person. Well, luckily, the guy we're looking for has his name written above his head. Isn't that convenient? We don't need to ask anybody, we just need to walk around until we see the guy who has the name floating above his head. Excellent. Hello, my friend.
Hey, I was saving that seat.
That's real thoughtful, Ascaius. It's tiring work looking for you.
How do you know my name?
Wait, it's floating above your head, love. That's how I know your name. Like, you really need to do something about that. Like most of the others just have, like, beggar and generic stuff, but above their head. Like, you really need to sort that out. Right, okay. Let's just say we've got a mutual friend. Oh yeah, that sounds nice and sinister. Let's go with that.
Oh no, you're not from Barat, are you? Because that would be too much. I don't think I could handle.
You think Barat wouldn't find out you're cheating him? Calm down, there's no reason we can't keep this civilized. You did nothing wrong, you've got nothing to fear. Empty your bags, Barat wants to see what you're hiding. Right. So the way I'm thinking Dorabella is that she doesn't like Barat. She doesn't like to do his dirty work. She doesn't really like to kill people just because they've cheated him. But at the same time, she grew up in a harsh world and she knows that she's got to do what she's got to do. So as much as she probably doesn't want to kill him, she will if that's what it comes to. So Let's just say if you did nothing wrong, you've got nothing to fear, right? Right?
I just want to make sure nobody does anything too hasty.
Of course not. This is just a friendly inspection.
Making sure you didn't accidentally pocket any processed lyrium. You know.
Look, I always been loyal to Barat. He's been good to my family. I know how much I owe him.
Fine, then I'll just kill you and plant the evidence later. Nope, we're not saying that. She's not evil. She's a bit rough around the edges, but she's not evil. Why have you been holding out on him?
I haven't. I wouldn't.
Okay, you think that's going to convince me? I'm not going to persuade because I didn't take coerce. If you're lying, you're going to wish I only killed you. Save your excuses. Let's search his bags. Okay, let's search his bags.
My pleasure.
Wait, I do have some lyrium. It's just ore. I made a side deal with one of the mining families. If it worked out, I was gonna bring Barat his cut, I swear. I'd be crazy not to.
Suicidal, one might say.
No one messes with the boss. That's good enough for me. You're going down. How much ore did you take? How long have you been cheating Barat? Who have you been selling to? Let's go. How much did you take?
Just a little. Maybe 25 sovereigns worth.
25 sovereigns?
Most of that's with my buyers on the surface. I just picked up a few nuggets down here. If I were to maybe give you a piece, that's a lot of coin. Could you forget to mention this to Barat?
I mean, I feel like that's not a good idea, is it? Like, you know, I mean, he sent us after him. He's gonna know if he pays us off, right? Who have you been selling to?
Surfacers pay good coin for lyrium. Mages up there, they use it for their spells. Smiths use it in enchanted weapons. I just took the money and ran. I mean, back to Barat to share the profits.
How long have you been cheating him?
Not long. I mean, I'm not cheating him. I mean, this is my first time. Oh, please don't kill me.
Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. This is horrible. It's like I say, I feel like Dorabella, like, she's not evil. She doesn't like killing people for no good reason. But at the same time, she's grown up in a tough world, you know. She's got to survive. She's not going to be one of those namby-pamby kind of protagonists where she's all like, oh, I'm just going to be a complete, you know, optimist all the time and everything's going to work out wonderfully. Idealist, that's the word I'm looking for. I always hate it when protagonists, especially in video games, are idealists and it really works out for them because it tends to not work out in the real world. You know, not that I'm saying that you should sacrifice your principles all the time or anything like that, but it's just like, it's really annoying when just like that idealistic viewpoint of, oh, well, if I'm a good person and if I do only good things, everything will turn out good. And it's like, sometimes it don't work like that. Games are so much more interesting when you actually have to make difficult choices. I like having to make difficult choices. I don't like it when there's like one good option and that good option actually works out and like there's no bad fallout from it. I really hate that. Yes. Give me one good reason not to kill you.
I've got a lot of lyrium. Maybe we could work something out. Share and share alike. I don't got any coin myself. I make that topside, but you can take the ore, sell it, maybe get enough to get out of this nest. What do you say?
It's not, no, because he'll kill us, man. Barat will kill us. Like, yeah, see, we help you, Barat's after us next. Oh, man, we're gonna have to kill him, aren't we? Because that's what it feels right to do for Dorabella. That's what I'm getting into Dorabella's head, because I'm that kind of gamer. I have to really get into the head of the protagonist. And it just feels like, you know... Because then we'll have stolen from him and then we'll end up dead. And at the minute, she's got nowhere to run. Like, you know, I mean, we know that she's about to be made a Grey Warden and go to the service, but she doesn't know that. So she's got nowhere to go. So, you know, this is kind of what she has to do.
With pleasure.
Could everyone who isn't about to die please turn around for a moment? This may be unpleasant. Thank you.
You can't do this. Help! Call the guardsmen! This is murder!
You two let me know if you need anything. I'll be in the back.
It's just a bunch of rocks. You're gonna kill me for that?
Yeah, sorry. I'm so sorry.
No!
Oh, here we go. Into a bit of little combat here. This will be our little test of the... Oh, well, I was about to say this will be our little test of the audio levels, but I don't think it's going to last very long. Let's just do a bit of dirty fighting. And then stab him a little bit. I think I just missed twice. There we go. Oh my god, we should definitely be taking him down easier than this. This is a little bit embarrassing, guys. Come on. Come on, I can't edit out the boring bits. Get it over with. There we go. Okay. Right, what did he have on it? Oh, yeah, 2 lyrium nuggets. And 11 coppers. Oh, that's sad. How much are the lyrium nuggets even worth? Right, does it tell me what they're worth? I don't think it does tell me what they're worth, does it? No. Oh, well. That's that done then. And his body is already decomposed into a pile of blood and bones. I enjoy how that happens in Dragon Age. Yeah, okay. This is our life as a gangsters. I don't know. What am I? I was going to say bodyguard. That's definitely not the right word. Let's go bounty hunter, maybe? Dog's body. Let's say dog's body. Okay, we have to get this stuff back to Barat. Actually, this was Barat's shop over here, wasn't it? That I could go into.
The king is old. His rule won't hold much longer.
Prince Balin seems far more sympathetic to our interests than Trian.
Balin has some tastes of his own that he knows I can provide. We'll finish this later. It's about time you two showed up. What happened with Ascaius?
He's dead. He has the lyrium. Oh, we can try and lie to him and keep the lyrium, but that would just be stupid. That would be stupid. Like I say, we know that she's going to get out of here soon, but she doesn't, and so, you know, she has to, like, hedge her bets, doesn't she? Yes, he's dead. He has the lyrium.
Excellent. I'll send someone out to handle the cleanup. Not you, though. I have another job in mind for you.
Ooh, okay. Do I get to make some other duster cry? I was kind of hoping to spend time with my sister. Let me guess, I don't really have a choice. Yeah, I'm guessing I don't have a choice.
You're catching on. The Warrior Cast is hosting a proving today. All the best fighters, last man standing, you know the sort of thing. They're showing off for some Grey Warden who's looking for candidates to drag off to a life of eternal glory. Now, it's not often we get every named fighter in Orzammar lined up like that. And I have certain acquaintances who take an interest in this sort of thing.
Okay. Yes, you're taking bets. You're rigging it, really, aren't you? What does this have to do with us? You're taking bets on the fights. You want me to enter the proving. Why would a Grey Warden be here? Yeah, I'm guessing he's taking bets on the fights.
There's a lot of coin to be made when people get the fever up. Favorite fighter's an officer named Minar, veteran of 4 Darkspawn campaigns. Evaird's a long shot. Just got back from a deep roads offensive. Some young buck who has all the ladies drooling. I've got a lot of money riding on him. Mine and other people's. I expect to see that 8-to-1 pay off. Understand?
Oh, there's a cat. Hello, cat. Hello. You hear her meowing. She's such a vocal cat, honestly. You're very squeaky, aren't you? It's just, there's nothing wrong with her. She's just really, really squeaky, and she just sometimes will just kick off for no reason and just start meowing her head off. And I'm like, what? And it's like nothing. She just likes to make a fuss. Yes. How am I supposed to help Evard win?
The fight only gets announced to contestants themselves to prevent illegal gambling. So first, you'll have to find Evard, see who he's fighting and when. When the name Minar comes up, I want you to slip this drug into the bastard's water. It'll slow his reflexes, just enough to take the edge off, not enough to show. But it wears off quickly, so don't use it until just before his fight.
Okay. Does Evard know you're doing this? That's a good question.
He's the kind of warrior who wants to show off his oiled physique to a cheering crowd. You think he wants scum like us making money on him? Don't let him know what you're doing. Just find his chamber, see when he's fighting, then go to Minar and dump the drug.
Okay, sure. That's fine. I don't think I need to ask any more questions.
You bet you will. Here's your pass to get on the grounds. The proving starts as soon as the clock strikes. And when I say I have coin on this, I'm not talking about some pittance, like the value of your life. If I don't see Avaird's name on the winner's sheet, you'd better make sure I never see you or your sister ever again.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Scary Person. Anything in here I can rob? Oh, there's Jarvia. Can we talk to her?
You ask too many questions. All you've got to know how to say is, I'm mistress.
Oh, mistress. She's into roleplay. Yeah, who the fuck are you, love?
You don't recognize me?
You know Jarvia, right? Marat's favorite lieutenant and the only person he trusts in all of Orzammar. You know that, Jarvia?
Yeah, well, that's beneath my contempt. I've got more important things to think about. What did Barat want me to do again? What exactly do you do for the Carter? Is it true you're sleeping with Barat? Oh my god, let's ask her that.
I think it's way past time we were going. Don't smile on you, Jarvia.
I love Lesk. I love him. I think he's like the only one from the origin stories who I actually wish could become a companion. Because like in all of the origin stories, you have somebody who you end up teaming up with. But he's the only one, I think, that I would actually want as a companion. I'm trying to think who else there is. There's Jowin, who's just an arsehole. There's the Dalish one, I can't remember his name. Tamlin? I wouldn't want him. Actually, the noble... human noble origin you team up with your mother, don't you? She's pretty badass. I would have her. And then your bodyguard guy, as when you play as a dwarf noble as well. He's kind of alright, but none of them quite have the personality that Lesk has. I like Lesk. I really wish you could keep him as a companion. I just love the idea that he's like this long-suffering kind of guy who just has to keep dragging Dorabella back when she's like, trying to stab people or running her mouth, He just has to keep trying to get her out of trouble. I kind of like that. I'd have a whole game just of this, just of like Dorabella and Lesk just like, chilling out in Orzammar, working for the bad guys, trying to scrape together enough of a living to, get out of Dust Town. I'd have a whole game just of that. But, yeah. I'm just reading the chat. No, actually, I wouldn't have Meryl in the Dalish Elf origin as a companion. Not in Origins, because she's different in Origins. She's more like she's very like up herself and just kind of a bit stuck up and stuff, and completely different in Dragon Age 2, where she's voiced by Gwen from Torchwood. And it always interests me because the rest of her entire clan are all Irish, and yet she's Welsh, and I can't work out why. It's like they all have Irish accents, apart from Meryl, who's Welsh. And then she doesn't have a Welsh accent in Origins either, but that sort of makes sense, because I suppose when you're playing as a Dalish elf, it's not going to sound like they have an accent, if you see what I mean, to you, because you're also Dalish. Right? So they all just have like a generic kind of American voice that most game characters have. Whereas when in Dragon Age 2 you're playing as a human, and the Dalish are going to have like a Dalish accent, and obviously the Dalish accent is either Irish or Welsh, depending on, how each individual character feels. Anyway, yes, if we head to the proving. Is there any like, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my god. Codex entries that I can pick up on. Sorry, I'm still just reading the chat. Yeah, there's no codex entries I can get. That's weird. I've not had any codex entries yet. That is odd. There's usually codex entries floating around in the origin stories, isn't there? Not a single one. How strange. I can hear dogs barking in the real world. They're not my dogs. I don't have dogs. More of a cat person. But yeah, you can always hear dogs barking where I live. That's fine. I don't mind. But there's been quite a few of my videos where in the background you can hear dogs, and I'm like, oh my god, you can hear the dogs. Right, okay. I've just seen what you've written, Fred. That's quite funny. That's quite tickled me, that has. Right, let's head up to the proving, see if they'll let me in. Oh, do you know what? Oh, I forgot about this. If you come up here before you go and talk to Brat, they won't let you in because you don't have a pass, but then you come back with a pass and you can sort of like rub it in their face a bit. Oh, I'd forgotten about that. That's a shame, we could have done that. Hello!
Turn around, Brand. No castless on the grounds.
I have a pass, thank you very much. How would you like it if I kicked you out of somewhere? Let's say that.
I think what my friend meant to say is we have passes to clear the trenches between bouts, see? She spent a little too much time with the Tanner's fumes, you know.
Looks legitimate. Go on through then. But stay to the trenches. Grey Wardens don't need some eyesore getting between them and the fighters.
Oh, Lesk, I love him. Bless him. I'm not making his life easy, am I? Right. Head in. I often wonder, are these little blue crystals lyrium? Because they look like lyrium, don't they? But they couldn't possibly be lyrium. They couldn't just be using lyrium to light places. Because, like, it's too expensive. Also, we have a codex entry! Oh my god! The Dwarven Faith.
That's one of them. One of the Grey Wardens.
Who? Where? There's a Grey Warden? Oh yes, of course there's a Grey Warden.
Over and talk to him. Say, welcome to Orzammar, Warden, sir. May I drink your bathwater?
Oh well, he's dared me to go and talk to him, so we're going to go and talk to him. Hey, Duncan! Pal, mate, chum, friend, hi!
Stone met, and blessings on your house. That was the proper greeting for an outsider last time I visited Orzammar. Has it changed? Or is there a reason you're looking at me so strangely?
My part of Orzammar, we just go with hello. I don't exactly have a house. No, definitely the proper greeting. Stone mate yourself. It was just nicer than I expected. Yeah, in my part of Orzammar, we just go with hello.
We do the same in my part of Ferelden. Hello then. My name is Duncan. I'd say of the Grey Wardens, but I suspect you already know that. Pleased to meet you.
Hello, Duncan. I'm Dorabella of Nobody. It's a trio looking for recruits. I only came because my friend dared me. Yeah, no, I'm Dorabella of Nobody.
Ah, of course. That's what the face brand means then. I remember that now.
I guess you want me to leave. Now you have to stop talking to me. Yes, and you can have me arrested for harassing you.
For saying hello? My friend, to a Grey Warden, nothing short of a slavering darkspawn waking you in your bedroom counts as harassment. Actually, I'm glad I met you. Whenever we come to Orzammar, we always stay in the Diamond Quarter. You forget how much of the city you miss.
Oh, I like Duncan. Some people don't like him because of how he acts in the noble, human noble origin, where he drags you away from your dying family, but honestly, what bloody choice did he have? But I know a lot of people really, really take against him because of that one thing that he does, but it's like, yeah, what else is he going to do? Because he's sort of like, oh no, he says that he'll save you if you become a Grey Warden, doesn't he? And that's like part of the deal. But you know, that's a blight. Like, he does what he has to do. Yeah, is a trio here looking for recruits? Because that could kind of be my ticket out of here, mate.
The Wardens are always looking for those who have the courage to spend their lives in battle against the Darkspawn. It's rare we find those with both the skill and the will. The best Wardens are ruthless to their enemies, compassionate to their friends, and inspiring to their troops. It's a lot to look for, but I hope to find it here, and I hope you also may find what you are looking for.
Oh, I like Duncan. Right, okie dokie, so we've talked to Duncan. Anybody else we can talk to? Anything that we can, like, you know, click on or anything? God, we got loads of new codex entries from that. Get over this way. Yeah, this is the stuff I would normally edit out. It's like the big gaps where you're just wandering around trying to see if there's anything worth doing. Right. I'll pop in here. I think we need to put poison in someone's drink or something, don't we? Or something like that. Evard's armor chest. We're going to need that soon. Ha 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 ha. Oh, apparently that's the only thing we can interact with. Okay. Let's go in here. See what's what. Sorry, I'm reading the chat again. That's why I just paused there for a minute. Right.
stone drunk. You could draw a dead man for his bout and still lose. Oh, Rot's gonna kill us if we slip up on this. He's still mad about the time I accidentally told that barkeep Rot had demanded free ale delivered to my door. Hey, I just had an idea.
I could put on his armor and fight in his name. yeah, I could put on his armor, you know, fight in his name.
That's much better than my idea. I was gonna say we should go up in the stands and start a rock slide, but you're brilliant. You'll be a Verd. You'll go out in his armor, keep down the visor, and fight in his name. He wins, Barat wins, everybody wins. Except all the warrior caste braggarts you leave kissing dust. I sodding love the way you think, my friend. I was afraid Barat was going to kill us.
I am so surprised that Les went for that idea, because like a sane person would go, no, absolutely not. What are you thinking of, you crazy lunatic? Okay, if I do this, I'll win by skill alone. I won't use the drug. I'll put on the armor now. You find what's his name and drug him. I need to drug the guy first. This isn't for Barat. I want to impress the Grey Wardens. Yeah, because for a castless person, the Grey Wardens, that's like a ticket out of Dusttown. And that's like, I mean, how do you get out of Dusttown, particularly when you're working for one of the crime lords? Because he's always going to make sure that you're not actually earning enough money to get out, isn't he? Because he wants you as his, like, you know, property and everything. Much like the real world. They never pay you quite enough that you could be able to save up enough to leave, do they? Yeah, I think she's doing this. Yeah, she's doing this for the Grey Wardens, because that'd be like her ticket out of here. I think she's going to be a willing Grey Warden, because it amazes me how many Dragon Age players seem to play their Wardens as like unwilling Grey Wardens, like they were forced into it and didn't really want it. And you are kind of forced into it in pretty much every Origin. You don't really have, you know, it's sort of like there isn't a better option. But I've always kind of pretty much played my Wardens as like willing Grey Wardens. It never really occurred to me until I started interacting more with the fandom that you could play as somebody who like really resents being a Grey Warden. It never really occurred to me to do that. But I think Dorabella is definitely going to be like a willing Grey Warden. Because, you know, it's what gets her out of Dusttown. So, yeah, we want to impress the Wardens.
You can't let anyone know it's you. If they find out, you'll be executed. They'll say it's an offense to the ancestors. If you want to tell the Wardens, at least wait until some time when you can bolt if you need to.
Okay, fine. And I will win this fight by skill, not drugs. We're not going to drug the guy. We're going to do it properly.
You've got a heart of steel, Soraka. Get in the armor.
Out 3 is next. Officer Minar versus the warrior Aver. Fighters, report from the ring.
No more time. Make sure you have everything and go tell the Proving Guard you're ready to fight. And don't forget to keep your helmet down.
Okie dokie. Well, before we do that, I'm just going to take another quick 5-minute break. Just a tiny, tiny quick one. Put my screen up. Have another little check on the keys, because I can hear her youngling her head off outside, and I just need to make sure that nothing's actually going on. Because she's a bit like the cat who cried wolf. Honestly, she just squeaks her head off so often that, like, you just get used to hear, like, most cats, if you hear them crying in the other room, you're going to go in and see what's wrong, right? Whereas with her, she cries so often that I just kind of ignore it, but then I think, well, that actually might be something wrong, I better go and check. So, you know, I will be back in a few minutes. Right, I'm back. She's fine. She's just... Our brother's gone walkabout and she's gone bloody mental. It's funny because they were meant to be indoor cats, right? But they decided they wanted to be outdoor cats. So they've started going outside like the last couple of months. And Star will not leave the backyard, right? She'll stay in the yard and she'll jump up on the wall. There's like a 7-foot wall that goes around the backyard, right? And she'll jump up on that, but she won't go any further than that. Scorpio will jump up on the wall and he'd go on little wanders down the street. And he doesn't go far, but there's like 7-foot high walls around all of the yards down the street. And he just like walks down it, right? And then there's one that he likes to jump down into. Now, as soon as he goes walkabout, Star will jump up on the wall and she'll watch him. And as long as she can see him, as long as he's on the wall, she's fine. The moment he jumps down or goes behind something, anywhere that she can't see him, she just goes mental. Like yowling her head off. Honestly, you would think she was being tortured or something. And I'm like, look, you'll come back. Just calm down. But honestly, she just goes mental. She's a very stressy cat, though. She gets stressed easily. But, like, honestly, you just think, for God's sake, woman, just chill out, man. Like, he's a big boy, he can handle himself. Anyway, hang on, I need to go back to the game so you can actually see what I'm doing. Right. Okie dokie, let's get Everett's armor chest. Let's take all of that shit. Take all of it. There's him, drunk, passed out. I am going to be... Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be... That's what it's like, isn't it? Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Everett. It was Matthew, wasn't it? On Stars in Their Eyes? Was it Matthew? I can't remember. I used to love Stars in Their Eyes when I was a kid. And I remember, the only thing I actually remember is once a guy sang Great Balls of Fire and he was really good and he wore like a blue sparkly suit. And I remember that one so clearly and I can't remember any of the others, but oh man, I used to love Stars in Their Eyes when I was little. Oh, those were the days, man. Those were the days. Do I have to fight with his... Oh, he's got a sword and an axe. That's a two-handed. Right, and then that's there we go. Oh no, oh god, oh, do I have to fight like... Oh. Hang on a minute. Can I take his shield off? Take his shield off. And I should be able to fight. Not fight like two-handed? Or are they both main hand ones? So I would have to fight with one and then a dagger, wouldn't I? Is that one better? I think that one's better. Oh, it's Viridium. Oh, how exciting. I bet I don't get to keep it. I bet I don't. That'd be a better one, wouldn't it? And then I'll have one of my daggers since I'm a dual-wieldy person. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? Rather than fighting with the shield, since I'm not a warrior. I know she can fight with a shield, but, yeah, like, they don't really kit you out for being a rogue for this, do they? They sort of kit you out like you're a warrior. I suppose he is a warrior. But like if you're playing as an archer, you'd be screwed, wouldn't you? Do you know what just went into my head there? I just thought, I wonder what you do if you're playing as a mage. You're not a dwarf if you're playing as a mage. Do I have anything else? I don't have anything else. Battle Dress of the Provocator. That's Liliana's armor. And it's so fucking good. But yeah, you need 20 strength. I don't know how many strength points you get from the Fade quest. I do have it all written down somewhere because I always have to refer back to it. I've got a Dragon Age folder with lots of Dragon Age facts in it that I can refer back to while I'm doing my playthroughs. That kind of person. Right, okay. So, head over here. Hopefully they'll let me in. Drop a quick save. That's probably a good idea, isn't it? Probably a good idea.
I believe it is time for your bout.
It's down for my bout. Okay, are you going to let me through? Do I have to actually speak to you?
May fortune favor your fight, Averd. Are you ready?
Nod, shake your head. Yes, I am ready.
As you say.
This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for our honored guests, the Grey Warden. The warrior Everd, son of Gauten, will fight Officer Minar, survivor of the battle at Tar Ellerin.
You honor me this fight. May the stone show the boldest heart through the strongest arm.
Right back at you. For the honour of the Grey Wardens. Watch out, Dusty, you'll be coughing blood tonight. Yeah, right back at you. I mean, because the moment I speak, you think you would realise that I'm not a Vard, but apparently not.
First warrior to fall vanquished. Fight!
Okay, this is going to be the real test of whether the audio is at the right level during combat. So if you cannot hear me during this fight, let me know in the chat and I will sort it out. And if you can hear me, also let me know. Let me know either way, just so that I know whether it's fine or not. So, if we go and do me dirty fighting on him, because it's literally the only thing I've got to do. I have nothing else, do I? I don't even have any poisons or anything. I can just, Oh, great. And I'm going to miss a lot. Oh my god. Dora, he's literally right there. Just stab him in the face. Jesus Christ. Oh dear. Right, yeah, I've got nothing I can do. I've just got dirty fighting. And he's done it to me. Excellent. Now he's missing as well. This is riveting. This is so entertaining, this. Yep. This is definitely a bit that I would edit out. I've got nothing to say, just watching two people kind of miss each other. You can do another dirty fighting on him. And then miss him. Oh my god, woman, seriously. Actually, I should be getting around behind him, shouldn't I? Because you get extra backstab damage. Oh, I missed me chance. I missed me chance! 2 hours and 15 minutes. Is that how long we've been going, Fred? Oh my god. You know what? I was thinking to myself, oh. Yeah, I was thinking to myself, oh, you know, we'll probably do the Origin, we'll get through, you know, Orzammar, we might get to the Tower of Vishal. Apparently not.
Healer, see to his injuries. The warrior son of Golden will fight last year's Journeyman Division champion, Adalbo, proven in glory before the stone.
You honor me with this fight. May we both win glory in the eyes of our lords.
The honour is mine, now you're talking my language, brother. Let's win some glory for the Wardens. Yeah, now you're talking my language.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Okie dokie. I mean, I would have put a helmet on, love, because that head of yours is quite a big target, just saying. Just saying. Right, if we do a bit of dirty fighting, and then run around behind, and stab him in the back. There we go, this is almost tactics, this, man. There we go, it's a bit more exciting now, isn't it? Right, okay. Oh, he's got a big axe. Big axes tend to be quite inaccurate, though. We're doing quite well, actually. My health isn't going down that far at all. I suppose I'm probably wearing extremely good armour, though, aren't I? I think Emod's armour is, like, really, really good. Down he goes. There we go.
The ancestors have withdrawn their blessings and embraced a new champion on their field. The warrior Aver, son of Dalton, will fight Lenka, Silent sister in training. She has made her vows, but not completed her blooding. Will she be accepted into the legendary order? That will depend on her performance today.
Does not completed her blooding mean that they haven't cut her tongue out yet? Because, to me, and I'm sorry boys, because I think you are mostly boys, just sounds like she hasn't got her period yet. That's all I'm saying. Right, okay, all that stuff about honour and glory, let's fight.
First warrior to fall is vanquished.
Yeah, because the Silent Sisters have their tongues cut out, don't they? And, Uther from Awakening is a Silent Sister, and she's also in the book, the name of which I keep constantly forgetting, The Calling, yes, where Marek and Loghain and a young Duncan go down into the deep roads and meet the Architect. It's a very good book. I love that book. It's very, very good. It's not as good as Masked Empire. Masked Empire is my favourite Dragon Age book. Masked Empire is great. Right, do a bit of dirty fighting, and then round behind, and stab her in the arse. There we go. That was more the shoulder blade than the arse, but you know. Same thing, really. I don't know what to say during these bits that I would normally edit out. Like, I've just have to watch these two lasses beat the crap out of each other, that's all. There we go, down she goes.
The winner is Yvette! Lenka went to the stone without a sound, as befits her vows. But it wasn't hard to see the blood that was spilled. Yvette will advance to the final bout to determine the true champion of the ring against
What?
Oh dear, here comes trouble.
Already? Hey! That's my armor! Who are you? How dare you disrupt this sacred...
Wait, I know that man. That's Everd. Then what imposter did I fight?
Remove your helmet, warrior, and let all who watch you see your face.
I am of no Castle clan, but I have defeated you all. Now, will not my victories have earned me your respect? I am a Vard. Arrest that fraud. No, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to own it, man. I'm castless, and I beat them all, and I'm going to own it. Oh, Duncan's doing his thinky face.
Castless! You insult the very nature of this proving. Guards, take this filth away.
Hold your man, I pray. This warrior has defeated the best you have to offer. Is that not what this proving is for?
We are honored by your presence, Warden. But this proving is not solely for you. There are laws which have governed this arena for 1,000 years. This woman is no warrior. She is castless, rejected by the ancestors. Her very footsteps pollute the stone. She has no place here.
Except as your champion.
Oh, go on, Duncan. That was sass, that was, in that line. That's why I like Duncan. And you're right, Timothy. Asunder is a good book as well. I also enjoyed Asunder, but it's a bit too long for me. It was like a bit long-winded. I think it sort of. It's not that the book was too long. It was the story was too long-winded. Like it, but I did enjoy it. It was very good. Had Shale in it, so you know, how can you go wrong with Shale? Right? Yes. How hard did they hit you? Did you have to put up such a fight? Well. I'm me, so yes. Let's what happened. Where are you? Let's how did I get in here? I just hope I took some of them down with me.
Oh, you did. And don't think they didn't show me their appreciation. One of the guards recognized me and figured we must be working together. They burned 3 candles to the stump interrogating me about who put us up to this. I think they knew, you know, about Barat.
And there's a cat. Hello. Has your brother not come back yet, eh? I can always tell because you're just freaking out, aren't you? He'll come back. It's fine. He'll come back. Yeah, she's going off again to see if he's come back yet. Honestly. Okay, this doesn't look like a typical guard cell. Brett said he'd go for Rika if we're caught. We need to go. Is there a way out? What's the sentence for ridiculing the entire warrior cast? Yeah, let's say that.
Public whipping, loss of your left hand for stealing the armor, loss of your right hand for befouling a smith's work, public flaying for impersonating a higher caste. If that doesn't kill you, they'll put you to death for polluting the proving. That Grey Warden suggested exile, but it didn't seem like anyone was listening.
Ah, but it's alright, because he can, like, recruit me, can't he? Yes, this doesn't look like a typical guard cell.
I guess not. I mean, I've been in most of them. They don't usually have this many bloodstains on the walls. Any chance you see a way out?
Good, you're awake. Barat will be glad to hear that.
Oh, plot twist! Yeah, Jarvia, what are you doing here?
You caused a lot of trouble today. Barat lost 100 sovereigns for Lord Volney. The entire proving was declared invalid, and the Assembly already called for an investigation. You can't imagine the state Barat was in when he told me to get you.
Okay, so it's Barat that's actually got us imprisoned. Right, okay. Let me talk to Barat. I can explain what happened. Where are we? Why are you here? Where are the guardsmen? Yeah, why are you here?
You're not in their cells anymore. And I don't think I appreciate the time and money it took to bribe the right people to get you back. You got every guardsman at that proving thinking if he takes your head off, the ancestors will bless him forever. But they know whose hand holds the whip. When Barat claimed you, they knew who's going to get to watch your last breath.
Okay. I'm not scared of him. All we did was follow his orders. Well, kind of. Let him come. He'll see I don't scare so easily. Yeah, let's say that.
I don't think scaring you is what Barat has in mind. You risked exposing him before the entire warrior caste. Now they're asking questions, and as long as you have tongues to answer them, you're a threat. Enjoy your last night together. Sorry we had to put you in separate cells, or I'd suggest you have a last tumble. Barat will be by soon to make sure you maintain your silence.
Okay. Here's the thing, right? Why do they always do this in games, TV series, films, everything, right? Where it's like, oh, we're gonna kill you. But we're not gonna kill you now. We're gonna tell you that we're gonna kill you, like, tomorrow. And then we're gonna leave you for a night and give you a chance to escape. Like, seriously, if you're gonna kill her, just kill her. Right? Why? Why are you, like, giving us the option to escape? Like, you just leave it. Like, you could have just killed her. Oh, anyway, we've got to level up. So, what is it? 2 dexterity, 1 cunning, innit? Oh, but I do want to get my strength up. We'll use the mage tower to get our strength up. Yeah. Nothing else worth putting into, is there? No, I don't think so. Definitely need my dexterity up though, because we were missing far too many of those shots. Yeah. I enjoy that you've created a drinking game based around kitten drama. I enjoy that. That tickles me. That does. Right, now, do we want to go coercion? Because I was gonna play a character who can't coerce anybody, because I thought it'd be more interested that, you know, that she would just stab her way out of things. But I would like her to be able to intimidate people. But intimidate, like, as far as I can recall, persuade is based off both your coercion and your cunning. And intimidation is based off your coercion and your strength. And if we're going to get her strength up to at least 20, she's not going to be, like, the most intimidating person in the world. But, I don't know. She might be a bit intimidating. It sort of annoys me, actually, that intimidation is based off strength. I mean, I know it kind of makes sense, but it means you can't really have an intimidating mage, which is weird, because mages are so powerful that, like, I would be quite intimidated by a mage. If I met, like, a nasty, horrible mage who threatened to, like, you know, bring lightning bolts down on me, I would find that quite intimidating, personally. Or we could just go for combat training, because you always need combat training. No, I tell you what, we will go for coercion, actually. Just so that, you know, we can maybe use a few intimidate options. I was also going to have her be a trap maker. Because I've never really used traps, and I feel like I want to do a character who actually uses traps. But maybe it won't be Dorabella, maybe we'll save that for a different character. Oh, what do we want to go for? Oh, I don't know. Dual striking. When in this mode, the character strikes with both weapons simultaneously. Attacks cause more damage, but the character cannot inflict regular critical hits or backstabs. I mean, I feel like without backstabs, rogues are kind of a bit useless, but it would give us access to some of these. I suppose if you're in a situation where you can't get backstabs. We don't need any in archery. Or we could go below the belt. It's so long since I played as a rogue. I mean, obviously I've leveled Liliana up. I never use Zevran because he's useless. Yeah, like, I'm really good at leveling up warriors and mages, but rogues, I'm just like, can't quite remember. I'm seeing if you're saying anything useful in the chat. Okay, do you know what? I'm gonna go below the belt. We're gonna get the roguey talents up a bit, maybe. I don't know. I mean, by the end, you've just kind of completely filled out all of the skill trees. Oh, look! A guard is standing conveniently close to me. How convenient.
Leave off with your noise. Giving me a headache.
I mean, I'm giving you sexy bedroom eyes, obviously. Can't you see my sexy bedroom eyes? The bar on this door is broken. Could you check it out? Oh, that's how it started for me, too. I just wanted to know how long I'm going to be here. I don't suppose you want to let me out, do you? Sorry, I'll just wait quietly for my death. Let's say, ooh, that's how it started for me, too.
What do you mean?
I'm burning up stone. I think I'm going to pass out. Pick his pocket while he's distracted. No, do I need... would you think that would be based off my pickpocket skill? Maybe it would, I don't know. I don't know whether that's a thing you can fail or not. Yeah, let's try it.
Oh, you're probably just upset. I remember one time when Mistress Jarvia was mad at me. She didn't lock me up, but she yelled a lot. And she hit me on the head. But it was real nice of her not to kill me.
Okay. Excellent. I love...
Now's better than later.
There are native splinters on the floor, possibly fragments from crates that used to be stored there. Oh, I can probably make a lockpick, can I? Look narrow enough to slide into the catch of a lock. Yeah, okay. Give the splinters to Lesk. I've got a key, though, so like I could just get out on my own. But I think this is more interesting. Oh, that was a lot of blood from that punch there. Jesus Christ. I'll be honest, I don't have much experience with punching people, but is it usual for them to bleed that much? Blimey. Oh, and then his corpse has apparently disappeared. Oh no, he's over here. Oh my god, you did actually kill him. You killed him with one punch. Jesus Christ. Remind me not to get on your bad side. Is this our stuff? Confiscated belongings. I don't suppose I've got Ivard's armour, have I? Nah, that would be too much to ask for. Okay, let's put our clothes back on. Put my duster armour on. There we go. And assuming the axes are better than the daggers, are they? Yeah, we'll have one of them. And that one. No, need a dagger. There we go. And then let's put him in his clothes. Is he a warrior? No, he's a rogue as well. Okay, so you can have an axe and a dagger. Don't know why I've got a shield. I don't know where the shield came from. Who knows? Okay, and then we've got some commoner clothing that we can sell as well at some point. Probably not worth anything, but you know, it's nice of them to give us commoner clothing, isn't it? Right, okay, drop a quick save. Head out here and face the music. And, yeah, one of those points where I've got nothing to say. That's a door I can't get through, apparently. It's Barat's hideout. This is Jarvia's hideout when you come back, isn't it? Yeah. A minute, it's Barat's hideout, because I think we kill him. I've got a feeling we kill him. He's not around when you come back to Orzammar, is he? So we probably kill him. Yeah, this is the...
All right.
No, it's not. I was going to say this is the boss room where you kill Jarvia in, like, the proper main game, but, it's not. Right, okay. Oh, no, this is like the first proper fight. It's not just one-on-one. It's like a first proper fight. So yeah, we'll get to see how good we actually are, because I feel like when I was in Ivard's armour, wielding Ivard's weapons, you know, I had quite an advantage, because that was some quite decent gear. Whereas, ow! You just, like, hit me right in the face and knocked me over. That's not good. I'll tell you what I need to do, actually. I need to put my health potions on the bar so that I can access them quickly, should I need them. I might be about to need them, like, quite soon. Yeah, so, the old combat isn't going quite as well now that I don't have Ivard's sexy armour, but that's alright. We've got health potions, we've got stabby things, we should be fine. Got nothing to say. Nothing to say. It's normally a bit I would edit out. There we go. And, oh, I can have his maul. How exciting. Got a shield. Yeah, the trouble with the Origins combat is it's not always that exciting to watch. I'm I'm a big fan of the Origins combat. Some people don't like it, but I really like it. It's my favourite of all 3 games to play. But yeah, not very interesting to watch. Is there going to be people down there? Yes, there is. Take these ones on first. Do a bit of there we go, and then we'll nip round behind him, stab him in the back. There we go. Might just have a drink while they're busy, you know, stabbing each other. Did she just say, just call me the Reaper, and then laugh menacingly? I think I'm a bit in love with her, you know. I do like the violent voice. I just need to quickly, you know, loot the bodies before we run off. I'm just reading what Fred's written. Right, okay. So, stun you a little bit. Me and Lesk are both looking a little bit low on the old health. And we might be able to get through this without using another health potion. I'm always very sparing with the health potions. I don't like using them if I can possibly avoid it. Lesk is being hit in the back though, which is bad. I'll tell you what, I'll let you deal with this guy, Lesk, and I will come round here and stab this idiot in the back and see if he likes it. Oh, Lesk is just going to attack whoever I'm attacking, isn't he? That's probably in his tactics. Let's see if we can get through this without losing any... without using any health potion. Oh my god, I think Lesk is going to die. Right, okay. Dirty fighting. I don't want to waste my health potion on a character I'm not even going to get to keep. You see what I mean? Ooh, a lyrium potion. Why would a dwarf have a lyrium potion on him? I mean, how? Right, what's he going to be doing with it? What happens if normal people drink lyrium? Apart from mages. Mages don't drink lyrium, do they? They use lyrium in their spells. I need to brush up on my whole mage lore. Currently writing a fan fiction set in a mage tower. It's very good. I've got 3 chapters done so far. It's very good, she says, of her own fan fiction. What I mean is, like, I'm very much enjoying it. It's like I've created quite a exciting sort of little world. It's about the Inquisitor. My canon Inquisitor is a human mage, and I've sort of created like her backstory in the Ostwick Circle Tower, and it's all going to tie in with, like, you know, the political stuff that happens and leading right up to the Mage Rebellion and how she ends up at the thing. And I've created an entire cast of original characters. Like, there's literally, so far I've got Vivian who's going to have a cameo, and that's the only character from the game. All the others are original characters. So I don't, when I eventually start publishing it, I don't know whether it'll actually get that many readers or not, but I'm very much enjoying writing it. Anyway, head through here. Drop another quick save. See if there's anybody else to stab. Ooh, those are some very impressive crystal formations up there. More people to stab, yeah, I thought there would be. I would edit so much of this out if this was an older video, because, like, it's just more of the same, innit? Just open door, stab. Open door, stab. Walk along corridor, stab. Open door, stab. Oh, we're dying a bit. Okay. Take a health potion. We've let ourselves get surrounded. That's the problem. Never ever do that in Dragon Age. It's the worst thing you can do. Never ever let yourself get surrounded. You need to take them on one at a time, if humanly possible. You need to split them up as much as you can. Kick that guy in the balls. Oh my god, she kicked him in the balls and it killed him. That was amazing. Okay, I might have to give Leska a health potion. Actually, I'm going to give you a health potion. I'm going to let you have a health potion. That's how much I like you. There we go. You can have a health potion. She's just taunting people, telling them they're pathetic. I like her. She's going to be a bit of a nutcase, but I like her. I like Dorabella. I like her a lot. There we go. Get all of this. In fact, I tell you who I might end up basing her on. Well, maybe not basing her on, but, you know, taking inspiration from. That was a normal health potion. I'll put that there. I'm currently, I've just started watching Lucifer, and I never watched Lucifer when it first came out. Because, which is weird, because it's the kind of thing that I would watch, but it's a very weird reason why I didn't watch it, because it's Tom Ellis plays Lucifer, right? And I'd only ever seen Tom Ellis as Gary in Miranda. I loved Miranda. Massive fan of Miranda. And of course in Miranda, Gary, played by Tom Ellis, is like quite... Oh, there's another person around here apparently. Oh, you were hiding! Why were you hiding? We're not that scary. Yeah, he played Gary, and Gary was like really kind of sweet and cuddly and like a big teddy bear and lovely. And the idea of Tom Ellis, who played Gary, playing like the devil, just like was just really weird to me. I just couldn't get that in my head, and I was like, I don't want to watch him. I don't want to watch him play Satan. That was just like, oh, there's more people. Oh, they're through there. That just feels wrong. So I never watched it when it came out, and then like a bunch of clips from it just turned up on my recommended list on YouTube. You know, you just end up watching stuff, and I watched some clips of it. So I started watching Lucifer, and I'm in the early bit of like season 2 at the minute. But if you've watched it, Maze, the demon, right? I think Dorabella's gonna have a little bit of Maze in her because I like Maze. I like it. I think she's quite cool. Yeah, I'm quite enjoying it. It's a bit weird though. Like it's a bit more camp and cheesy than I was expecting it to be. Although I don't exactly know what I was expecting from a TV series, which is basically like Lucifer gets bored of guarding hell, decides to come to Earth, opens a nightclub, and gets a therapist. Like that's basically the gist of the story. So I suppose most people would expect cheesy and camp from that, wouldn't they? I'm definitely enjoying it. It's quite a sexy show. Everybody, it's one of those shows where everybody's like unrealistically good looking. You know, sometimes that's fine. Sometimes it's like, yeah, I'm quite happy for everybody to be unrealistically good looking and not wearing much clothes most of the time, you know? Sometimes you enjoy a little bit of that. Okay, we've got different ways to go. Oh, we can't get through that door. Okie, drop a quick save. Which do you think is the actual way to go? Because I know when... Oh, it's going to be that way, isn't it? Because that way's a dead end. I know when I do this bit in the main game, I'm sure there's like a bit where it's 2 ways to go, and one of them looks like it's the main way to go, so I always go the other way, but then actually turns out to be the main way to go, so then I have to backtrack on myself. I'm sure that's a thing. That might be somewhere else, somewhere else that I'm thinking of. Let's go down here. Can there be anything that wants to kill me down here? There probably is. When I turn around, it's a good job I took lockpicking, isn't it? Otherwise I wouldn't have been able to open that chest. Nothing more annoying than chests in an Origin where you don't have a rogue. All those chests in Orzammar if you're not playing as a rogue. And you've got Davith, who is a rogue, and he can't open most of them. He can open some of them, but he can't open all of them. And it's like, why? Why are you doing this to me, game? Why would you give me a rogue who can't open the chests? Like, how? Pull yourself together. Get your act together, game, man. Oh, that was an autosave. I'm guessing there's a boss behind here.
I'm cutting the whore free. If that freak of a sister of hers can't stay in her place, I don't need precious Rika either.
Rika? That the one you got all done up in lace? I'd love to get my hands on that.
I know what you mean. She's yours if you want her, boys. And let me tell you, it tastes as good as it looks. What in sod all is that doing out of its cage? Come on, boys. The little whore needs to learn her place.
Okay, oh my god, I didn't even get to say anything. Like, I wanted to say something sassy there, but no, they've apparently learned their lesson and they're actually just going to try and kill me rather than stand there talking for half an hour. Trying to, you know, sound impressive. Right, we'll leave Barat for the minute. See if we can take out the other thugs. They should go down quite quickly, especially if we, like, tag team, gang up on them. No, Lesk, I said gang up on them. Because then, you see, we can always have one stabbing them from the front and the other one stabbing them from behind. Sounds like a good night in for me. Sometimes I don't think before I speak, you know. Right, okay. Let's just team up against Barat. I think we're going to need a couple of health potions. Oh, I actually put them on his thing, did I? There we go.
All right.
Yeah, he's going to take a bit longer, isn't he? Should get around behind him, actually. Get a few backstabs in. It's not too difficult. I'll tell you what, if I do a bit of dirty fighting on him. Get around behind him again. Oh, you see, it doesn't last on him very long, that's the problem. But if he's attacking me, then Les can be getting the backstabs. Although he seems to be missing most of the time, which is not useful. I might have to take another health potion as well. And he stunned me. That's not nice. Right, take a health potion. And then get him down there.
Did you see him there all when we're done with you? And you just charged in and Sonic slaughtered him. You have to be the luckiest duster in Orzammar. Barat's dead, and we're standing here. Hail to the Sodding King!
Okay, calm down, man. Calm down. I was hoping he'd have time to beg for mercy. And now we step up and take things over. As long as he never made it to Rike. Yeah, I was hoping he'd have time to beg for mercy.
Oh, he was begging, all right. That look of utter surprise on his face when he tasted his own blood. That was as close to begging as Barat gets.
Let's get out of here before anybody comes to investigate. I feel like us stepping up and taking things over is a little bit optimistic. Yeah, let's get out of here before anybody comes to investigate.
You said it. Fortunately, if Barat's got them trained like he says, it should be a good long time before any guardsmen turn up here.
Okay, so if we just like rob them all. I'm aware that Jarvio is probably around somewhere. Yeah, I can't entirely remember how this all works out, but yeah, you would think Jarvia would, you know, because she would probably consider us a threat, wouldn't she? If we've taken down Barat, she might think, oh, they want to take over. I mean, she's probably secretly quite pleased because she gets to take over, but... drop another quick save, head out here, because we might be about to get arrested or something. Is that... I think that's meant to be like lyrium that they were mining, because at first glance that just looked like a basket of dirty laundry, and I was like, eh? Ooh, a skeleton, how exciting. Love a skeleton. Yeah, I think it is meant to be stuff that they've been mining. It's not just left as dirty washing around the place. And oh, we're back here in Barat's shop. I thought that was a dead person there, but it's not, it's just some armour. Hello, shopkeeper.
You're not supposed to be here. Wait, is that blood? Ancestors protect
I actually don't have any blood on me. I think I wiped it all off. So, you know, stop being horrible. Okay, go here. I think we're about to get arrested or something.
There they are! Seize the fugitive!
Yeah.
Drop your weapons and walk down slowly. We will use force if you resist.
I just killed Barat. You should be thanking me. I'm the victim here. I was kidnapped. What are you all doing here? If this is your idea of a heroic rescue, you're too late. Don't want to admit to killing Barat. I don't know if that feels like the best idea in the world. Let's just be sassy.
You do not speak until the Shapers have judged you.
One moment, my friend. Did you not suggest this Barat might have arranged their convenient escape?
Regardless, the penalty for impersonating a higher caste is death.
If Barat is as influential as you say, perhaps he also masterminded order, and I'm conscripting her to join.
Okay, some of Duncan's dialogue, Jesus Christ, you know when you just can't think of a word, got cut off there? That happens sometimes in Origins. You just kind of like, yeah, sometimes it'll just like jump. Right, okay, so last I saw Barat, he was suffering from a bad case of dead. What does this Grey Warden care what happens to me? Barat won't be a problem anymore. Yeah, I kind of killed him.
He's dead? Barat had many enemies, but also powerful allies.
Barat would have butchered us if she hadn't killed him first.
Your friend has once again demonstrated her courage. We Grey Wardens travel far and wide in search of those with the potential to join our ranks. It seems I have found one.
I'm sorry, I'm distracted by what Fred's just said. You can actually get the dog to lick the blood off you? Really? I did not know that. Really? Is that are you pulling my leg, Fred? Are you having me on here, love? I feel like that's the kind of thing I would know. Okay, that's interesting. We'll test that. What should we be suspicious and say what's in it for you? Because, you know, she's used to that. She's used to people only doing something if they want something in return.
Let me make my offer formal. I, Duncan of the Grey Wardens, extend the invitation for you to join our order.
This woman is wanted for treason. You can't do this.
I can, and I am. It would mean traveling to the surface lands and thus leaving your people. But it does offer you the chance to strike a blow against the Darkspawn and the Blight.
Oh, is that what the clean up this mess option is? Do you know what? I've seen that option, but I've never actually... I don't know what I thought it was. Wow. Okay. I'm learning things. Right, sorry, Duncan. What were you saying? I think you were inducting me into the Grey Wardens or something. Then Sonic, yes, let's get out of here. What's the trick? If I say no and stay here with Rika, oh, forget Rika, man. She can look after herself. I've never even seen a Darkspawn. Yeah, just like, yes, just get me out of here, Duncan, man. Because, you know, if I go to the surface, become a Grey Warden, and, like, make lots of money somehow, don't ask me how, but somehow, what am I saying? Yeah, and make lots of money, you know, somehow on the surface. And then, you know, I could come back and take Rika with me back to the surface and build a new life together, blah, 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 blah. Yes, let's get out of here. Let's go. Come on. No questions asked. Come on, let's go.
And before these witnesses, I hereby recruit you into the Grey Wardens. Know that you are most welcome.
This is highly irregular. The warrior families will be most upset.
Look at you, you duster. A warden. And to think I knew you when you were stealing bread.
Before we brave the deep roads, I would like to make you a gift of this mace, since you have so few possessions of your own. It was once wielded by the warden Forel Idukan. I believe he was related to your king. I know you will continue his proud example. Goodbye, my friends, and thank you for your hospitality.
Why are we braving the deep roads? There's like a big door that we can just walk out of.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kalen. I didn't expect
a royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is she?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
Yeah, I'm just a bit distracted because I just glanced over and this live stream has 32 views. That's a bit scary. Now, that doesn't mean 32 people by any stretch of the imagination, but more than what I thought. I thought it would just be Fred, I'll be honest. I thought me and Fred were just going to hang out. But I mean, it's fine. I'm not complaining or anything. But yeah, I'm quite surprised. Okay, can we skip the introductions? It's been a long trip. Dorabella, Your Majesty. I'm no friend of yours, human lord. No, I don't think she'd be, like, particularly against the human royalty or anything, because, I mean, it doesn't mean anything to her, does it? But I don't think she'd be, like, really respectful of him. I can imagine her just going, yeah, can we skip the introductions? I'm kind of tired, love.
I remind you that you speak to the King of Ferelden.
Don't worry, Duncan. You must both be eager to reach your tents. Have you any news before I go?
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
Sounds like it's almost over. You sound very confident of that, Kalen. I like Kalen. I know he's a bit of a tit, but I like him.
Overconfident, some would say. Right, Duncan?
Your Majesty, I'm not certain the Blight can be ended quite as quickly as you might wish.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
You don't sound very reassured. He didn't seem to take the Darkspawn very seriously. Perhaps this isn't really a blight after all. Thing is, with Dorabella, because she's a dwarf, it puts her in a unique position because, like, she kind of knows about the threat of the Darkspawn. Whereas, like, surface people sort of think that the Darkspawn aren't a problem anymore because, there hasn't been a blight in ages and nobody sees the Darkspawn. Oh, there's no such thing as Darkspawn, blah, 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 blah. But I don't think anybody ever says there's no such thing as Darkspawn, but you know what I mean. They're like, they don't really think they're a problem, whereas to the dwarves, they're a constant problem. So on the one hand, that means that they don't really see a blight as being as much of a big deal, because it's just like, yeah, Darkspawn, we deal with them every day. We always have to deal with the Darkspawn. But at the same time, it also means that, like, they do kind of know what a threat the Darkspawn are. Even though she won't ever have seen one, living in Dusttown and everything, but, she's still going to be in a more unique position. Let's just say you don't sound very reassured.
Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
We should move quickly. What would you have him do? Why not? He seems to regard the Grey Wardens highly. You could if he were not such a fool. Do you think there's any danger? Yeah, what would you have him do?
Wait for reinforcements. We sent a call out west to the Grey Wardens of Orlais, but it will be many days before they can join us. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to turn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
Oh yeah, now you decide to tell me about the joining ritual.
Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the joining, in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon.
What do you need me to do? Why is the ritual so secret? Am I the only recruit you have? Wonderful! Let's get this over with then. Let's just say that.
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Okie dokie. Well, look at us having made it all the way to Ostagar, right? Here's what we do. We drop a save. Ostagar. There we go. I like to have save points at, like, the important moments. So you can go back if you want to. Right, we also have a level up. 2 dexterity, 1 cunning, that'll do. And then, oh no, I have to make decisions again. It's too much, man, it's too much. Okay, I tell you what, we'll just go dual striking. Open a few more things up for us. Right, okie dokie. I think we're going to start wrapping things up a little bit. Because this is a... kind of convenient place to start drawing things to a close. We've been going nearly 3 hours, if you count the first mini one that failed, the mini live stream that cut off because my bloody cat knocked the bloody internet router off the bloody windowsill. If we if we count that one, we've been going about 3 hours. You know what? I call this a success. Yeah, sorry, I'm just reading the chat. I call this a successful live stream. We're now at like 33 views. Like I say, that doesn't mean 33 people. And you see it says 3 concurrent viewers. What does concurrent viewers mean? Like, what does it mean? I think I know what concurrent means. It's one of those words where you're like, yeah, I know what that means. And then you think about it and you're like, I don't know what that means. I had a customer... I have to tell you this story because it's funny. I had a customer come up to me a few weeks ago, right? And she'd clearly asked a lot of people and nobody knew what she was talking about. because she was a bit annoyed. And she wasn't horrible, she wasn't rude or anything, but you could tell that she was like, you know, annoyed that nobody knew what she was talking about. And she came up to me and she went, "Excuse me," like they do. And she went, "Do you know what quinoa is?" Right? Because obviously she'd been asking, we don't actually sell quinoa, which is probably why nobody knew what it was. But obviously she'd been asking and nobody knew what she was talking about, right? And she went, "Do you know what quinoa is?" Like that. And my first thought was, how dare you be so bloody patronising? Of course I know what bloody quinoa is. My second thought was, no, I don't know what quinoa is. I mean, like, I know what it is, as in, like, it's like one of the health foods that, like, you know, health food people eat. But as to what it actually was, it's a grain, apparently. But as to what it actually was, when I actually thought about it, I was like, no. No, I don't know what quinoa is. It's not relevant because we don't sell it anyway, but honestly, I just had to laugh at myself that I was sitting there thinking, who's this woman bloody coming up to me asking me if I know what quinoa is? And then I was like, no, I don't know what quinoa is. Hey God, customers make me laugh sometimes. Best customer I ever had was the one who came up to me and asked me if a Swede was a turnip. I was like, eh? But then, right, I can understand that because Swedes and turnips kind of, you know, yeah, sorry, I'm reading the chat again. Swedes and turnips, you know, a lot of people call Swedes turnips even though they're not, they're Swedes, and it really annoys me when they ask you, "Do you have any turnips?" and you point them at the turnips and they go, "No, the big turnips," and you mean, the Swedes? They're not turnips, they're Swedes. It really annoys me. But so she asked me if a Swede was a turnip, right? And that made me giggle. But I was kind of sort of understand. And then she looked at me and she said, "Is a turnip a parsnip?" I was like, eh? She said, is a Swede a turnip? And I said, "No, a Swede's a Swede." And she said, "Right." And she went, "Is a turnip a parsnip?" I said, "No, a turnip's a turnip. A parsnip's a parsnip." And she was like, "Right, so a Swede's a Swede, a turnip's a turnip, and a parsnip's a parsnip." I was like, "Yeah, you've got it, love." Some of them tickle me, they really do. Anyway, sorry, I was trying to like wrap up the stream and I got distracted telling stories. Right, okay. So, yes, I think this has been a success. I've quite enjoyed it, actually. I'm tempted to say, "Do you want to do it again tomorrow?" But no, because I know what'll happen. Because at the minute I'm riding a high, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll do it tomorrow." And then tomorrow will come around, and my throat will probably be hurting because I've been talking so much, and I'll just be like, "No, actually, I don't fancy doing it," because I know myself well enough. So here's what we'll do. How about we schedule another one in tentatively for Tuesday at the same time, so at 3:30, which I realise might not be as convenient for people because some people work normal hours. I work 6 till 2 and I get home about 2:30. So I would start the live stream about 3:30. But if you can't make it, it automatically goes up onto YouTube, so you can still go back and watch it. You know, you just can't watch it live, obviously. But we probably go for about the same amount of time, maybe like 3-ish hours, and then do it again the next Saturday, because that's like my idea of trying to do it consistently. Yeah, try to do it consistently on Saturdays and Tuesdays. That's like my idea. So yeah, if we do it, if we do the next one for Tuesday, right? We pencil it in for Tuesday. And then hopefully, I want to keep the Saturday one consistent, if nothing else. The Tuesday one might occasionally dip out. And if I ever can't do a Saturday, it'll probably be on a Sunday instead. But yes, tentatively pencil in Tuesday. I think we'll see if we can aim for Tuesday at 3:30 again. It's the kind of thing I might just do spontaneously, though. Like, I might just get in from work some days and just going to be like, you know what, I fancy doing a live stream, and I'll just do a spontaneous live stream. And it might not get as many views if people don't know about it in advance, but that's all right, Yeah, so Tuesday, that's my plan, okay? We'll pencil in the next one for Tuesday, and we'll do Ostagar. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. Yeah, do Tuesday. We'll do Ostagar. We'll maybe get as far as the Tower of Rashal if I ever shut up and stop just, going off on random tangents about stuff. We're going to wrap this one up. This is a difficult bit because I'm really bad at wrapping things up, and there's usually like a big gap that I edit out where I try to think of what to say, when really all you have to say is goodbye, but you know, I always feel like I should say more than that. It's funny, if you watch TV shows, you know, like panel shows and things like that, I've started noticing more recently, as now I do YouTube videos, that at the end of them, I was like, how do they finish their shows? And you watch them, they literally just go, right, bye, we're done now, bye. I'm like, oh, really? Okay. So I'll tell you what, I shall position us here so we can look out of the beautiful view of Ostagar. I shall leave you with a beautiful view of Ostagar, and I'll put me screen up so that you can't see what I'm dicking around with in the background. I'm just reading what people are saying. Oh yeah, taking the piss out of me for having a plan that I'm probably not going to follow through on, are you? You know me too well, love. You know me far too well. Okay, so just dropping a quick save. Come out. Right, okay. I'm so bad. I just don't know how to end things. I'm just gonna say bye. Okay, bye. Everybody's saying bye in the chat, so I'm gonna say bye. Okay, I shall see you again possibly on Tuesday if you can make it at 3:30. Hopefully there will be a live stream. I have declared it, so there's at least a 30% chance that it might actually happen. Goodbye, everybody.